championships. So, and they've been very good over the years. I think they've made 18 NCAA playoff appearances. So this is a well-oiled program. Last year under new head coach Tremaine Jackson, they were 5-6, but I think that was just an anomaly. I mean, it just happened to. It rarely comes to Valdosta State, who won the Gulf South Conference championship in 18, 19, 20, and 21. So they're opponent here for Chowan today. They come in with 46 transfers on this team and 21 Division I transfers. So Coach Jackson and his staff went to work in the offseason, and they've revamped this team. 8 transfers. They had only 3 starters back on defense. 2 of those are not starting. The only person it is starting back from a year ago is a leading tackler on the team, and I'm trying to find his number here up in front of me. But nonetheless, he is back, and he is a starter and a leading tackler this year for, and that is Terrell Dudley, their inside linebacker from Tallahassee, Florida. He is not a transfer, but he got 8 transfers starting on that defense. So Coach Jackson and his staff done a very nice job of retooling and re-oiling this Blazer defense. Offense, they have a new quarterback, Sammy Edwards. He's been in the program. It's his 3rd year and has played in 27 games. However, when you look what he's done over the past few years, he was 7 of 11 passes. He spent most of his time as the holder for the field goals and PATs, but he's a guy kind of has been a pleasant surprise. I think if you ask the Valdosta State coaching staff, he's been a kind of a pleasant surprise for the Blazers as he comes in today with a completion rate of 69.4%. He's 77 for 111, 3 interceptions for 1,198 yards, which is first in the Gulf South Conference, along with his completions of 77 and his completion rate of 69.4%. It's top in the Gulf South Conference. He's already been Offensive Player of the Week twice this season here for the Blazers in the Gulf South Conference. So he's a guy who's kind of turned it on and got this offense going in the right direction. You look what the Valdosta State has done in their previous 4 games. They opened up the season beating Point University out of Point, Georgia, 63-10, AAIA school, and then went to Albany State and won 21-16, and then came back and hosted Kaiser, and a NAIA team out of Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida. They won 49-25, and last week at home knocked off North Greenville 28-3. Speaking of North Greenville, the Hawks will get North Greenville here at Hawks Garrison Stadium coming up next Saturday, and that will be homecoming here at Chowan University. There'll probably be a few more fans in the stands is what we're seeing today. Not a lot of students in the stands down below us here at Garrison Stadium. Not, of course, see a few red-shirted Valdosta State fans on the far side, maybe just as many fans on the Vista side it is on the home side currently as we speak, but not a lot of movement, not a lot of people coming in, but hopefully we'll get a crowd for the afternoons over. I guess the rain the previous 2 weeks and the postponement of the starts maybe having something to do with what we are seeing here with the crowd here today. But should be a fun one to watch. Like I said, it's a Valdosta State team that's moved up into the national rankings at 22nd this week, joining Delta State and West Florida in the rankings, national rankings in the American Football Coaches Association poll. West Florida at number 6, Delta State at number 8. So this will be the 3rd team that has Chowan played in their first 5 games that is nationally ranked, with Delta State and Benedict coming here in their first 2 games here at home this season. So, yes, we get another a team here that's nationally ranked, and Valdosta State, what is known nationally, are 4-0 and 1-0 on the year. You look what they've done over the years. They are the 2nd winningest Division II school since in the last 40 years. When they were started, they won 325 games and lost 135 and tied 4. So their winning percentage is 70.4%. And that's only second to Grand Valley State up in Michigan, who's won 431 games, lost 147 and 3 ties for 74.1% winning rate. So, you know, you're winning 3/4 of your games every year, so that'll run that number up. So this is a team that has a lot of tradition, a lot of history. Tremaine Jackson, like I said, came over from Colorado Mesa, where he was really successful there. Came in and took over this program last year at 5-6, and that was having to do a lot with having to do. They just had trouble stopping people last year and gave it up like 37 points a game, which is certainly out of the ordinary for Valdosta State. So this Chowan team has got a different look, Valdosta State team this season than what it would have had a year ago had they played this Valdosta State team. And hearing Tremaine Jackson talk on his radio show and TV show this week down in from the Valdosta area, he thought his team played one of the complete games, maybe one of the most complete games that they played since he's been here at Valdosta in that win over North Greenville. Of course, Nick Jackson was their defensive player of the week in the Gulf South Conference. He had 8 tackles last week, did the Valdosta State native. He's a grad transfer from Mars Hill. And Mars Hill here in the member of the SAC-8 Conference here in North Carolina. Let's talk about Chowan a little bit. The Hawks still struggling to get the football in the end zone. They come in averaging only 10.3 points per game while giving up 42.7 points per game. And the Hawks are really having trouble moving the ball on the ground, only averaging 51.5 on the ground. And this Valdosta defense only allows 97 yards on the ground, which is second best in the Gulf South Conference. So Hawks are going to have to try to find a way to move the football and give some open space for Deshaun McKee, the quarterback for the Hawks. He's 44 of 69 on the year, and 40 of 49 and 103 and 6 interceptions, which unfortunately is the worst in the league. And of course, his completion rate only 47.6. A lot of that has to do with he's running for his life. He's been sacked 13 times here in the first 4 games, which is the most in the league. So McGee is going to need some time today if he can get that running game going, get some of this strength up front from Valdosta State off his back a little bit, maybe open things up for our quarterback Rashawn McKee here this afternoon, give him some better looks. Chowan defense is led by Dwayne Smith, the linebacker, with 28 tackles. He, along with Travion Mitchell, who's playing great down inside, has 27 tackles and leads the team in tackles for losses as well with 6. To Forestville, Maryland product, 6 foot, 280. Plays right in the middle of the defensive tackle spot of the defense. He thought he played really well last week. Nick Wilson leads the secondary with 2 picks on the year. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back and get you ready for this one. Chowan playing host of Valdosta State and Gulf South Conference play this afternoon. You're listening and watching on Flow Sports.
Sammy Edwards, Terrell Dudley, and Devin Hennon. And for the Hawks, Nick Wilson, Kamari Carey, Trayvon Mitchell, and Evan McGee.
We're back here at Garrison Stadium. Teams making their way on the field. Chowan getting ready to come out of the athletic center down below us here. The field out here at Chowan University. Of Coin toss has just been had at midfield, and Valdosta State won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. So we'll see the Chowan offense to begin this one this afternoon. Valdosta State already on the field on the far side in their red trousers, white jerseys, the blue numerals, and the black headgear. Chowan today in the royal blue trousers with the gray and silver jerseys with the blue numerals and the white headgear. Kind of like that mixture of what Chowan has. It's the only thing that's a little bit difficult sometimes to see those numbers, those blue numbers on those gray jerseys. If we not had the white outline of the number, it would even be even better. They're really hard to see at night. But fortunately, we are not going to be on the lights today, I hope, like we have the last couple of weeks. Last week we had a 3 o'clock start. We moved from 1 to 3, and it got kind of dark due to the tropical storm Ophelia here, and had played on the lights. And, of course, the first home game was moved to 6:15 to start, so we basically played in the dark. So hopefully we won't have to turn the lights on today here at Garrison Stadium. Hawks making their way on the field here on the near side at Garrison Stadium, longtime home of Chowan football. Stadium named after the longtime head football coach and athletic director Jim Garrison, who's in the Chowan Hall of Fame, who's in the Western Carolina University Hall of Fame, and the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame is Coach Garrison. And what a man he was, and a lot of people, he left a lot of things here at Chowan that people still follow and people still work by, the legacy of the late Coach Jim Garrison. 3 other games being played in the Gulf South Conference today. Mississippi College and Shorting going at it. That was a 12 noon kickoff. We'll try to get you to some of the scores. That is the only game being played in the afternoon other than this one between Valdosta State and Chowan and Mississippi College and Shorting. 2 games later on today. Delta State undefeated is on the road at Livingstone, Alabama, taking on West Alabama. It's a 5 o'clock kick. West Alabama been a little bit of a surprise, 1-1 and 2-2 on the year. They were picked to finish 4th in the preseason polls. And West Florida makes the trip over to Tigerville to take on North Greenville tonight. That's a 7 o'clock kick from down at Tigerville. Speaking of North Greenville, and speaking of red and white and black uniforms, we'll see those again next week when North Greenville comes here to take on the Hawks in the annual homecoming game, as Noah Botford has had his tees up and ready to kick it away here for the Blazers of Valdosta State. Unfortunately, scoreboard not working here today, so the time will be kept on the field. Hopefully we can keep up with what they're sending up here to the press box. As here's a good kick coming near side and making the grab around the 2-yard line for the Hawks, and headed back this way is going to be, well, it's Devin Franklin back this week. That's who appeared who caught it. Looks like he might be back this week. And the return is out to near the 20-yard line. They'll spot it at the 19. So the Hawks' first possession of the afternoon will come from their own 19-yard line. And Devin Franklin is back in uniform. He was not with the team last week, but he is back this week. And he is wearing that number 5 that we saw the first week. It looks like Romeo Felton's going to get the start to the right of Rashad McKee in the backfield instead of Jakari Norwood. And Chowan going to start on their own 19-yard line. Blazers with a 4-3 front. Here's a man in motion right on the left, and that's Franklin back through the formation. They'll pitch it to Felton. Felton's got the corner turn, cuts it inside, and scrambles his way up across the the line of scrimmage to start was the 14, but he scrambles his way across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the play. A nice move that time by Felton. Romeo Felton on the year, that's his 12th carry. He had 14 yards prior to in his previous 11 carries on the season. Well, they'll give him 6 on the play, so they'll bring up 2nd and 4. Man in motion once again from out on the right this time, and they're going to run a little swing pass near side, and it's going to be knocked out of the hands of Felton, incomplete. Boy, a big hit coming from near side by Daniel Jean, the defensive back, the redshirt freshman from Miami Gardens, Florida, and Devin Franklin is hurt. Man, I can understand why. They just ran that little flare pass out, and nobody got between him and Jean got a running start and really laid the wood to Franklin, who's on his knees down around the 12-yard line. Pass went incomplete, by the way. And you can hear that Valdosta State team fired up on the far sidelines after that big hit by Jean. Franklin's up, headed to the near side. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. So he's going to come on over to the near side, trots on over to the bench here at Chowan. So it'll be 3rd and 4 now for the Hawks. Ball is placed, we'll say, right on the 20-yard line. A little closer there than was the 21 as I previously spoke. The line to make for the first down is the 24-yard line. Chowan on third down completions this year, 8th in the league at 24%, 13 of 55. Valdosta's defense holds their opponents to 29%, which is the best in the league on third down. Here's McKee looking to pass, rolls to his right, flares it out. It's got these receivers enough for the first down. Making the grab is going to be Keelanni Washington, the junior from out of Compton, California. The East Los Angeles Community College transfers, giving Chowan a first down out near the 26-yard line. Kind of a safe pass. He just ran an out route to the Washington. He was in the flat, and McKee rolled that way and caught him with the pass, and it's going to be enough for the first down. So Chowan has a third down completion that is successful in their first possession here. Here's McKee again, this time rolling to his left and trying to get it back to Washington, and overthrew it just a little bit as he was knocked to the turf by Kennedy Parker, who has 13 tackles on the year, the linebacker from Macon, Georgia, who's in pretty good shape, and had Washington been able to hold on, he would have been knocked down immediately. Maybe been a gain of about 5 instead of incompletion. We only saw McKee complete 6 of 12 passes last week. He was sacked 5 times in that game against Benedict. Footing a little bit better today, not playing after a 6-inch rain that happened here in Murfreesboro last week. Field kind of chopped up from the 2 previous games. A little fake, but McKee's going to keep it himself, and he's got the first down. He spun away from the intended tackle from Byron Bouchard and makes his way for another first down. That's been Rashard's M.O. since he's been here at Chowan. Not only is he a good passer, but runs the football extremely well. And he's going to get the yardage out to the 38-yard line. So Chowan's going to pick up 12 on the play. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Hawks in that spot. A nice fake that time by McKee to Romeo Felton. Kind of froze the defensive end here on the near side, and that's Rodney Bullard. And McKee just cut it in right behind him and took it up inside, and at 12 yards and a Chowan first down. Here's Felton with the carry on the right side, and he makes his way up near the 40, and that's about it. Felton, a hard guy to see you get in behind those big linemen. When you look at Romeo, 5'8", 180 from out of Akron, Ohio, transfer from Charleston University out of West Virginia, member of the Mountain East Conference. Gain is only a yard on the play for Felton. It'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Hawks in that spot. He worked to the west goal here at Chowan this afternoon. In this early first quarter, we can't give you the time because the clock is not working here. McKee, again, getting pressured and he's got his receiver on the pass near side. That's Franklin, who slips away from the tackler down the near side. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Did he get in? Yes, touchdown. Touchdown for the Hawks is good for 61 as Felton coming across and defender dove for him, couldn't get to him, and Felton had a nice seam down the near side and just ran the defenders for the Chowan touchdown, and the Hawks lead it by a score of 6-0. As they take their opening drive, 86 yards in 7 plays. And here's Jose Colunga, the freshman kicker, attempting his first PAT of the year. He didn't play in the first 3 games for the Hawks. Had a field goal last week, 28 yards. Here's the snap, the spot from Colunga, and the kick is up and good. 7-0, Chowan's got the lead. We're back to see what Valdosta State can do on offense. We return after a short timeout on Flow Sports.
12:09 remaining on the clock in the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon is Military and First Responders Appreciation Day here at Garrison Stadium. At halftime of today's game, we will recognize all of the active duty retired and reserve military and all the police officers and first responders. Join us at halftime for a special recognition of your service. Meet at gate number 6 next to the field house, and the home stands just before halftime to be recognized on the field.
No, I heard it on my outside mic from the PA guy. I'll try to keep you updated. We're back here at Chowan with the Hawks surprisingly take it right down the field to go 86 yards. Okay. Jose Kalunga's got it teed up as the Hawks just went 86 yards in 7 plays to take a 7-0 lead on a 61-yard pass play from Rashawn McKee to Devin Franklin. Here's Kalunga's kick, high end over end kick. It's going to be a short kick, going to be fielded up at the 15-yard line by Jamon at Wilson. Wilson struggling to get it across the 35 to about the 38, where 3 Hawks combined to get him to the turf. Leading hitter for the Hawks on that play was Nick Wilson, the defensive back here for the Hawks. But a good return will get Valdosta their first starting point of the afternoon offensively from their own 37-yard line.
Valdosta takes over 12:01 on the clock in the first quarter.
As we hit the 12:01 mark, that touchdown came at 12:09. Once again, our clock not working. They're working on it as we speak, but we'll depending on our PA man, Mr. Scott Parker, and with our outside mic to kind of keep you up with the time here. So we'll get first look at Valdosta State. As Isaiah Flowers is in the backfield for Edwards, who's really passed it well all year. He's got a man wide open across the middle. Here comes the near side. Down is finally pushed out of bounds inside the 30. Coming across is B.K. Smith, the wide out from Louisville, Kentucky, the transfer from Western Kentucky. And that's a good gain all the way to the Chowan 29-yard line. It's a gain of 38 yards. First down for Valdosta. This time Flowers right in behind Edwards. As Valdosta State trying to answer the Chowan touchdown to give it to Flowers straight ahead. And he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. That's just about it. Chowan defensive front closed quicker. Trayvon Mitchell with help from Evan McGee on the stop. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Blazers. Working to the east goal here. Edwards on the year has completed 69.4% of his passes. He's thrown 9 touchdown passes. And he'll look to his left. Now his progression comes back to his right, got his receiver, turns it inside to the 10, to the 5, diving in the end zone for the touchdown is going to be Xavier Williams, who has 3 catches on the year. And it's a touchdown for the Blazers. They take care of it in three plays as they go 63 yards in just 3 plays. Edwards with the 30-yard pass play to Xavier Williams, who made a nice cut down inside and got in the end zone. That's his 2nd touchdown of the year. It is for Xavier Williams. And here is the place kicker on. That's Eston Thiel to attempt the extra point. Out of the hole for Noah Botford, who is the punter. And Thiel's extra point is up, and it is perfect. 7 apiece as they're just inside of 12 minutes to go in this first quarter. Back for the kickoff after a short timeout on Flow Sports.
Popcorn, nachos, cold drinks, and more sponsored this week by the Criminal Justice Club. The concession stand is located on the lower floor of the press box and near the guest side bleachers. The concession stand is cash only.
Okay. Well, Bonchman on the field to kick it away again as the Blazers made it look easy offensively, going 63 yards in 3 plays, 30-yard pass from Edwards to Williams for the touchdown. His Bonchman high end over end kick is going to be Franklin to field it just inside his 5. He'll come out with it, trying to get near side. It's going to be hit and drags the tackler with him up to about the 23-yard line, making the stop for the Blazers. Going to be Jamon Wilson, the backup running back, the transfer from East Carolina University from Clemens, Georgia. A young man who knows a little bit about northeastern North Carolina, playing down at East Carolina, which is probably an hour or 15 minutes away here from the campus here at Murfreesboro. Speaking of East Carolina, they're on the road at Houston, Texas tonight, taking on Rice University, trying to win their second game of the year. So the second Hawks possession comes from their own 23-yard line. See if the Hawks can get another drive going here. The first one went 86 yards in 7 plays. So a couple big passing plays for touchdowns, one for each team here. And we got a flag on the play. Looks like Chowan's going to be called for delay of game. And that'll be the first flag of the afternoon. The Hawks on the year averaging 6 per game for 60 yards per game. 60 and nearly 61 yards per game. So Chowan's going to move it back to the 18-yard line. Going to be 1st and 15. McKee looking over the defense will send Franklin in motion from right on the left slot. He'll stop in the right slot. Gives Chowan 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and he'll fake it to Felton, trying to get it to the outside. The tight end's got it, and cutting it up across the 20 to about the 22-yard line goes Javan Cooch, the tight end from out of Warner Robins, Georgia. Transfer from Georgia Military. Both of these teams have players that transfer from Georgia Military, which is a junior college down in the Georgia area. The gain is 4, so it'll bring up 2nd and 11 for the Hawks from their own 22-yard line. As we're near the 10-minute mark of this first quarter here from Chowan. Once again, we're kind of guessing with some of our numbers from the time. Here's the little pitch on the end of Ryan Franklin. He's just run out of real estate. Good penetration by the right side, especially in the secondary guys for Valdosta. And the guy who really came out and stopped it was the outside linebacker, Kennedy Parker. But he had a couple of guys from the secondary there with him as well, and that was Jacob Harris along with Brian Broussard. And the loss is all the way back to the 18-yard line, so it'll bring up 3rd and 15 for the Hawks. Hawks already today 1 for 1. Should be 2 for, well, yeah, you're 1 for 1 in 3rd down conversions. McGee with a full receiver set this time. And the Blazers only rushed 3. McKee's going to be flushed out of the pocket and going to go down. He just had nowhere to go and closing in from the side and pushing him down. At the line of scrimmage is going to be Daniel Jean, the defensive back from Miami Gardens, Florida. As he came in and tried to help that at the last minute, the Hawks lose 3 yards back to the 15, and we'll see a guy who's been busy this season in the first 4 games, our punter, Patrick Talbot. Talbot on the year is averaging 37.8 yards per kick and had 1 block last week. As long as it's been 54, he's going to kick from just about his own goal line. Snap. Talbot's going to get it off, and end over end, low kick. It's going to take a bounce out towards the Chowan sideline near the midfield stripe. And they'll mark it right at the midfield stripe. So that turns out to be a punt of 35 yards off the foot of Patrick Talbot, who was getting some pretty good heat from Valdosta, who's got great field position now, as they'll start from their own 50-yard line. This time, Edwards will work in an empty backfield with 5 receivers. Let's see what Coach Tremaine Jackson is down up here. Edwards near side. Got a man wide open down the near side. It's going to be 6 points. Headed to the end zone, and for the touchdown is going to be Eric Watts, the backup running back from Opeka, Alabama. And Chowan got caught by surprise. It looked like with their formation, they went with the 5 receivers, and nobody picked up Eric Watts on the near side. He takes it in for 50 yards out. And all of a sudden, it's 13-7, and Valdosta State looking really, really good early going here offensively. Here's Thiel to try to make it 14-7. Snap, spot, kick from Thiel is on its way and is right down Main Street. 14-7 with the midway here in the first quarter. Chowan trailing here at home. Back for the kickoff after this short timeout. Well, Valdosta State, we knew how good they were offensively coming in, averaging 40.3 a game, and they have looked the part here in the early going. They run only 4 offensive plays, have been in the end zone twice, and the arm of Sammy Edwards is the difference here. Here's a kick on the way back and calling for the fair catch back at the 1-yard line. I can't see exactly who that was that made the fair catch, but he calls it back at the 1-yard line. Did he step in the end zone? Let's see. I think he might have stepped in the end zone. And it's going to be a good break if he did, but looks like the official's going to put it down at the 25-yard line. Maybe he stepped in the end zone when he called that fair catch. The official thought he was in the end zone instead of the 1-yard line. It's a little bit of a break here for Chowan, but it looked like they were going to be starting on the 1-yard line. So here's Chowan, 1st and 10 from that spot. At their own 25. And Felton looking for some running room, cutting up inside, got some good running room, and makes his way up across the 35 to the 36-yard line before the strong safety, Ray Tanega Doster, has to make the play. Transfer from West Florida has to make the play. But it's enough for the first down just across the 25-yard line for Felton, who's done a good job here in the early going. That's the 4th carry for Felton for 18 yards. Here's 2 men in motion for the Hawks. The 2 tight ends have switched to the right. One was in the slot, and that was Gooch. And Felton's got it again, and he did not fool the defense that time. Fumbled the football, and looks like Valdosta State has it. Boy, he got hit immediately on the play by big defensive end Jaden Blunt. And Blunt not only put him on the ground, but knocked the ball loose and recovered the fumble. So the turnover gives it right back to Valdosta State in Chowan territory at the 34. And this is a offense that Chowan's defense is yet to figure out. And don't be surprised if Coach Jermaine Jackson don't go for the juggler here after his team's already scored twice in the first 2 offensive plays, and 2 of their 4 offensive plays. This time they'll go with 2 backs as Cancel Allen along with Bud Cheney joined Edwards in that pistol offense in the backfield. Now Allen's going out in motion. They'll throw it near side, making the grab, and to make his way to the 25-yard line on the catch is going to be the wide receiver Rodney Bullitt. Bullitt, the young man from out of Albany, Georgia, played at Westover High School, and makes the grab and makes his way to the 24-yard line. They move the sticks, and it'll be a first down. Just did get to the first down marker, did the wide receiver on the play, Rodney Bullitt. Here's Council Allen going in motion again. Edwards will look to his left, now roll to his right. Fires in the end zone, and Bullitt's got it for the touchdown. He got behind the defender, went high to grab it, and that's another, but we got a flag at the line of scrimmage to hold everything. This one may be coming back. Boy, has Edwards been on target today. My goodness. The young man from out of St. Augustine's, Florida, who spent most of the first 2 years as a backup in this program at quarterback, but man, once he's been inserted this year, has been on fire. And only a penalty here will keep him from throwing his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. He is 5 for 5 on the day for 147 yards is Sammy Edwards. Penalty is going to move it back to the 34 on the holding call. So we'll replace first down from that spot. It'll be 1st and 20. Here's Edwards looking to pass, getting pressured, trying to go across the middle of the bullet, and it's incomplete. Good pressure coming from the backside from Chowan's J. Sean Austin, the redshirt freshman out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Coming off the backside, he got untouched, and he forced Edwards to hurry his throw, and that's his first incompletion of the afternoon. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the visitors from out of Valdosta, Georgia, who will host Delta State next week. That should be a good one. Both teams could be undefeated going into that one. Delta State playing tonight at West Alabama. Valdosta State playing here. Here's Edwards again. Pass is thrown, and it's incomplete. Ball bounced right in front of Council Allen, who made a good catch of it on the bounce and tried his best to convince the official that he caught it. And defending for the Hawks is Evan McGee, but that'll bring up 3rd down, though, for Valdosta. Their first 3rd down of the afternoon. Edwards with 3 receivers to the left with the tight end in the slot. And that is Noah Gillian, and he'll come to the near side now. So 2 receivers on either side. Edwards looking to pass. Has time. Going to flare it out in the backfield to Bud Cheney, and Cheney couldn't hold it. Threw it a little bit over Cheney's head, and let's see what Tremaine Jackson does here. His team has the ball at the Chowan 34-yard line. Looks like he's going to keep his offense in and go for it here. Of course, Steele is an outstanding kicker, but he's only attempted 1 field goal this year, and that was a miss from 37 yards. Maybe he's changes his mind here and going to punt it. That's going to be Thiel coming on to, well, it's going to be Botsford's going to punt it away here, try to pin Chowan deep. So Edwards after going, hitting his first 5 passes now, 5 of 8 on the afternoon. And before we can get going, we got a flag on the play. We got a false start coming here against Valdosta State. Once again, we're having a little trouble giving you some time because our clock is not working here today. 7-7, 14-7. Valdosta is with, I would say, late in the first quarter here from Chowan. Game has been full of passes here early. Watford this time will kick from his own 46. Chowan has Demetrius Moore back. Watford going to kick it high, and Moore going to call for the fair catch and make it at the 7-yard line. Boy, Watford did something kind of unusual. He dropped the football straight down on the end of it and kicked it right at the end, and it just went high end over end. It just about, I don't know if he was trying to do that for a short kick or whatever, but he was pretty successful with it. Looks like Chowan's going to get the ball at their own 9-yard line, where they have it 1st and 10, trailing here at home to Valdosta State, 14-7. Here's McKee to pass on 1st down. Shot rolls to his right, looks, going to heave it deep, trying to get it out there to Demetri Moore, and he had to turn back the other way and couldn't get to it. Boy, McGee put it right where he needed to get it, but Moore had to make a turn. He had turned left, had to turn back right, and when he did, kind of lost his eye on it and couldn't hold it. So if he'd have been able to hold on to it, it might have been for 6. But nonetheless, this is an incomplete pass. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from that spot. The Hawks operating from their own 9-yard line. Once again, we apologize for not being able to give you time immediately because our clock's not working here.
6:49 left on the clock.
6:49 what we have left. As they're going to move the football back. Chowan penalized here for what appears to be a false start for a delay of game. So the ball is back to the 4-yard line. Chowan looking at 2nd and 14 from that spot. Boy, you got to make sure you take care of it here. Here's McKee looking to pass, trying to go deep, trying to get it near side to Franklin, and if Franklin made the catch, he did. And they say it's incomplete. Ball bounced loose. Boy, Franklin almost made a terrific play. He was in double coverage here by Broussard and also Sean Coleman, and he kind of slowed up, and the ball fell back in his hands, but he couldn't hold it when he hit the turf. So the Hawks have misfired on 2 big pass plays here to start this drive and get themselves out of some trouble down inside their own 10-yard line, with the ball now placed at the 4 after the false start on 2nd down, and so it'll be 3rd and 14 now for the Hawks from that spot. Well, let's say the ball is closer to the 5 than the 4, I guess. Doesn't really matter here for the Hawks. It's on their own 5. Here's McKee, high snap. He's going to fake it again on the play fake. Now rolls to his right, going to pull it down and run with it, and he's going to be caught from behind and stop shy of the 1st down. Making the stop from behind is going to be Deontay Hunter, the redshirt freshman, the transfer from South Florida. He's a Valdosta, Georgia native, so he had to go far to come to school here and after the transfer. And in fact, you look across this roster, a lot of Valdosta high school kids on this roster. So the Hawks come up 7 yards shy of the first down, and it'll be 4th and 7 here. And Patrick Talbot on to kick it away for the Hawks. Kicking away out of his own end zone. Low snap hits one of the upbacks. Talbot's able to somehow pick it up and get it away, and it's going to hit one of the Chowan players in the back around the 18-yard line. And, boy, that was some play. And we got a flags flying here, so I'm not sure what this is all about. It's Talbot's on his behind, and he gets helped up by some of his teammates here. But the ball is placed at the 15-yard line. Man, that looked like something you'd see in the Pee Wee League game. As it hit one of the upbacks on the snap, and the ball bounced loose, but it came to Talbot. He came and picked it up and kicked it away, just did get it off, and got hit pretty hard. And the ball hit a Chowan player at about the 20. Then one of the Valdosta State guys fell on it and advanced it to the 15-yard line of Chowan. So let's see what this Gulf South Conference officiating crew will unfold here. Short of Mississippi College going at it this afternoon at the half. It was a 12 o'clock kick today. Mississippi College leading Shorter 24-7. That's the only other game in progress other than this one in the Gulf South Conference. Coming up later today at 5 o'clock down in Livingston, Alabama. West Alabama hosts Delta State. And then tonight down at Tigerville, North Greenville University hosting West Florida. So all three of the ranked teams nationally in the Gulf South Conference playing today. Valdosta State at number 22, Delta State at number 8, and West Florida at number 6 with games going on today. Officials still conferring on what might have happened here on that play, and both coaches await out near the numbers to what the result's going to be here. They're already even watching it on replay here. You know, we do have a replay available in this conference this season, but I don't think we've had one here at home. Here's our head official. Has Daniel Jean been disqualified, or both players been disqualified here? The officials are talking to both head coaches here to explain the situation to them. The guilty parties for Chowan was Romeo Felton, and the Daniel Jean was the guilty party for Valdosta State. And according to listening to our head official down below us here, Roderick Evans said that both had been ejected. So this all personal foul came after the change of possession. So Valdosta State with a 14-7 lead with the ball at the Chowan 15-yard line. They're still conferring down below us here, making sure they get everything right. Looked like it might have been DeAndre Hunter instead of Daniel Jean, who was disqualified here following the personal foul. Now we're set to go. 4:09 to go in the first quarter. Chowan on the short end of a 14-7 score. Here's a man in motion, the tight end, going to stop on the near side, and it's going to be Noah Galan. They can give it up inside to Bud Cheney, who had 3 touchdowns last week, and Cheney's going to make his way near the 10-yard line for the right side of that Chowan defense. Will get him to the turf. Cheney, the 5'11 sophomore from Lehigh Acres, Florida. Played at Lehigh High School. Give him 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 7 from the Chowan 12 for the Blazers, who head back on to face Delta State next week. It's the second road game of the year. Here's Edwards across the middle. Has got it to his receiver for the crossing touchdown. Making the grab is going to be Ted Hurst, who has 3 catches on the year, and that is his second touchdown catch of the year on a little slant play. So Edwards continues to torch this Chowan secondary. That's his 3rd touchdown pass. He now has 123 yards. Well, still waiting. Should be close to 138 yards on the day. We're still in the first quarter. Here's Eston Steele trying to make it 21-7. Kick from Thiel's on its way, and it's perfect. He is 25 of 25 on the year in PATs. He makes it 21-7. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout on GoSeeYouHawks.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's game is brought to you in part by First Citizens Wealth
What kind of time do you put
Let
on
our
that?
Brandon Whitley assist you with your investing needs. Contact him at 919-716-2015 today.
Seems like we're playing this quarter's lasting forever. Well, it's been a Sammy Edwards show here in this first quarter as Chowan trails now by a score of 21-7. In this first quarter, we'll end the final 4 minutes of this first quarter. Once again, it's kind of been a tough task to kind of keep up with the time here in this quarter because the clock's not working here at Chowan. Here's a fair catch. It's going to be made at the 6-yard line. That's the second time that fair catch has been made, and that's Ryan Teeler, the redshirt freshman, who's back making that fair catch. So Chowan's going to start now from their own 6-yard line. Or they're going to, if you automatically fair catch it, it goes to the 25. Okay. So Chowan will have it their own 25-yard line, trailing 21-7 here at home to Valdosta. See if the Hawks can get something going offensively. They haven't done much since that first possession. Here's Felton trying to get out of his own backfield, slips one tackler, makes his way up for maybe a yard, and that's about it. For the defense can get him to the turf. Making the tackle here for the visitors is going to be Jacob Harris, along with Nick Jackson, the reigning defensive player of the week. Jackson, 8 tackles in that win last week over North Greenville. That'll be 2nd and 8 with the ball resting at the 27-yard line for Chowan, their own 27. Seems like it's taking forever to play this first quarter here. Chowan. McKee to pass. Here's McKee going to dump it off to Felton up inside. He eludes one tackle, goes back the other way, get caught from behind and pushed forward by the tackler, Kennedy Parker, the linebacker from Macon, Georgia for Valdosta State. Felton's close to a first down. It's going to be come up about 2 yards, maybe a yard shy here with the ball out of the 29-yard line. We'll call it 3rd and 1 for the Hawks from that spot. Hawks 1 and 3 on 3rd down convergence today. They need one here just to get the defense off the field. Here's Gooch going in motion out on the right. The big tight end's going to stop on the right. McGee's going to roll that way. Dumps it off right side for the first down and making his way up to the 45-yard line. As Noah Tosta's got it, the freshman out of Holly Springs, North Carolina, got enough for the Chowan first down, so the Hawks get a new set of downs here. Still don't have the time we have late in this first quarter. Should be getting inside the 3-minute mark here. Ball's placed out on the 45-yard line, where Chowan will have it 1st and 10 from that spot. Trailing 21-7 here at home to Valdosta State. 22nd ranked team in the country, and they're playing like it here early. McGee, they're going to run a little bubble screen back the other way. Did not fool LaKen Nettles, the defensive back on the near side. as he came in and ran right up the back of the receiver, Joa Kirker. Correction, that's Tyree Holloway, the freshman from Jacksonville, North Carolina, Northside High School. Losses back to the 41, loss of 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 14. Evidently, Valdosta has done some work in the film room seeing that play because they really stuffed that one out that time. Did not fool their defense at all. Showing a lot of personnel changes here. And looks like Paul Johnson's going to have to get a timeout here. Well, we'll take a break here at Chowan with the Hawks trail 21-7 late in the first quarter. We're back after this short timeout on Flow Sports.
Northeast North Carolina counties, specializing in mental health issues, substance abuse, and developmental disabilities. Call their mobile crisis center at 866-437-1821 or integratedfamilyservices.net. Integrated Family Services, connecting pieces, creating stronger families. 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Chowan trying to get the offensive personnel on and off the field here quickly, but Coach Paul Johnson saw that play clock winding down and looked to use its first time out of this first half. His team trailing with, 2:02:10 left to go in the first quarter here by a score of 21-7. Hawks started this drive back on their own 25-yard line after the fair catch on the kickoff. Gave the Hawks first down out their first possession at their own 25. From the 41, the Hawks work at 2nd and 14 after that 4-yard loss from pass from McKee to Holloway. Trip receivers to the right, one to the left, both of them near the line of scrimmage. And they'll fake it to Felton. McKee on the play action, going to roll to his right, just heave it down the field, and it's out of bounds. Catch is made by Holloway, but he was well out of bounds. Well, McGee was backpedaling quickly and somehow got it away, but it's going to be incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd and 14 from the 41. Last week we had a very quick game. We were playing in rain and muddy conditions, and both coaches like to run the football a lot last week, but we've already seen 19 passes in this first quarter combined for the two teams. McGee is 6 of 11 now for 84 yards. And he's going to look to pass it again. Only a 4-man rush, and it goes through the intended receiver's hands, and that's Devin Franklin in Valdosta State territory, just shy of the first down. He couldn't hold it, and it was tipped, but fortunately Chowan didn't give up the interception. Here comes Patrick Talbot and the Chowan punt team on to kick it away. Dropping deep, it's going to be Byron Broussard, the defensive back, transferred from Tarleton State. Hails from Dickerson, Texas. Good snap this time, and Talbot's going to get it away. Good kick this time. And Broussard's going to get it out of the way. It's going to take a little bit of a good Chowan roll and roll inside the 15 to near the 12-yard line, where Chowan's Travion Gilbert, freshman defensive back, will reach over and down it from that spot.
1:49 remaining on the clock.
We have 1:49 to go in the first quarter. As we pass that along to our guys from the Valdosta State radio crew in the booth right beside us here at press box above Garrison Stadium. We're starting field position for the Valdosta offense in this first half. In first quarter, they have it on their own 12-yard line. Flowers in the backfield along with Edwards. They'll run the play fake. Edwards' pass had a man wide open on the far side as he's going to get the first down before he's tripped up. And that's going to be Jerison Jocks. We got a flag at the line of scrimmage, so hold everything. This may be coming back as he got the pass and made his way from the 12-yard line out to the 25 for a gain of 13, but this may be coming back. Here's Mr. Evans, our head official, had to make the call here. That is Roderick Edwards. ineligible receiver downfield. That's what the call is. He works alongside umpire Cameron Yunker, head linesman Joe Butler, line judge David Reynolds, side judge Jason Gaskins, field judge Nicholas Draper, back judge Adam Causey, and the center judge Kevin McDonald is the group that's been assigned to this Gulf South Conference matchup here today at Chowan between Valdosta State and Chowan. The penalty is going to move it back to the 7-yard line and replay first down. And the ball snapped over Hibbs' head. He's going to have to go in the end zone and just pushed it out of the back of the end zone. And so Chowan's going to pick up a couple points here with the safety. As the ball went over Edwards' head, and he had no choice but to kick it out of the back of the end zone, saved some points for Valdosta. Chowan was in the vicinity but couldn't get to it. And Edwards did a smart thing, kicking it out of the back of the end zone. So Chowan's going to get a couple of points, makes it 21-9 now. And Chowan's going to get the football back on the free kick. We'll be back with you again next week here at Garrison Stadium, where the Hawks will entertain North Greenville in Gulf South Conference play. Take a look at the D2 scoreboard real quickly. Mississippi College and Short have yet to start the second half as Mississippi College leads Short at 24-7. Game being played in Rome, Georgia, home of Shorter University. Morris Hill of the SAC 8 leads Livingstone Trails Limestone 26-17 at the half. That was a 12 o'clock kick. Shepherd, number 23 ranked team in the country, leads Shippensburg 16-6. Middlesfield leads Lockhaven, the PSAC, 21-17. Wheeling and UNC Pembroke going at it down in Pembroke at the half. UNC Pembroke 13, Wheeling at 10. UNC Pembroke at 2-2, Wheeling at 3-1. And in the CIAA, Fayetteville State in the second quarter leads Bluefield State 7-6. Here's Botchford to punt it away on the free kick. And boy, what a nice kick he gets here. Here's Franklin going to field the punt at the own 26. Franklin to the 30, 35, to the 40 near side. Cuts it back across the 50 and then goes out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Nice return by Devin Franklin, who's back in the lineup after missing last week's game, and he is a key addition from this Chowan team. Franklin, the Oakland, California native, transfer from Laney College. He's going to get it out to the 48-yard line. So it's a return of 28 yards here by Franklin. Chowan's got it in Valdosta territory at the 48-yard line. So we played a final few seconds of what has been an eternity of a first quarter, seems like. Well, we had a short game last week. I think we're going to get the payback today. A lot of passing in this game already. We didn't see much of that last week. McKee to pass on first down. Rashad got a man open on the near side, Felton, and he threw it just a little bit too high and over his head. As Felton got stuck pretty good by Nick Jackson just as he went high to grab it, but couldn't get to it, and that'll be an incompletion. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line of Valdosta for the Hawks. Well, we had a legal receiver downfield against Chowan, so they're going to move it back on the Chowan side of the 50 to the 47. So it'll be 1st and 15 from that spot. See what the Hawks dial up here now on this 1st and 15. Paul Johnson, the head coach here, new head coach for Chowan this season, calls his own plays. He's inserted the single into McKee, what he'd like to have run here on this 1st and 15. And high snap, they'll give it off to Felton. Felton trying to go to the right. It must have been designed to come that way because of the big hole here on the left. And he ran into a big guy and Algernon Sparks, the 6'4", 347-pound red shirt sophomore to transfer from Alabama. And he's going to come out of the lineup after that play. But, man, that's a big guy to get wrapped up. You're looking at Felton, who's 5'8", 180, against Sparks, who's 6'4", 347. And they run the double reverse this time. Felton gives it away to Franklin. Franklin getting outside. Got a nice block here on the near side from Tyree Holloway, but give the credit to the pursuit here from the Blazer defense. Even the ball's back in Valdosta State territory at the 49-yard line. Good job that time in pursuit and force Franklin to go a little bit wider than we'd like, but he did get it back in Valdosta territory to bring up 3rd and 11 from that spot for the Hawks. Three receivers to the right for the Hawks. Here's Rashawn. Has to pass again. Trying to go deep. Trying to get it to Toaster. And the big freshman's got it inside the 10. Noah Toaster got inside the defender. And that was Daniel Jean. And he makes the grab. Chowan been trying to go deep a couple times earlier today. Couldn't make it work. But this time Toaster, the freshman, has the grab inside the 10-yard line at about the 8. Boy, McKee put it right on the money. And that is the end of the first quarter. Chowan trails here 21-9 at the end of the first quarter. We're back for the start of the second quarter after this short timeout. This is Chowan football on Flow Sports.
Thank you, Edwards Eye Care, for your support of Chowan Athletics.
We're showing a big pass play to end the quarter, and they have it 1st and goal at the, they're going to mark it right at the 10-yard line. McGee to Toaster for 39 yards. McKee now 7 of 13 on the afternoon for 84 yards. The end of the first quarter, Valdosta State with 131 yards of offense. They've only run 11 plays and lead at 21-9. Chowan's run 24 plays for 120 yards. Chowan with it 1st and goal from the 10. Here's McKee rolling to his right. And it's going to fire it in the end zone to Toaster. He can hold on to it. Official says touchdown, Chowan. Toaster battling the defensive back in the end zone, and that was Byron Broussard. And Toaster's going to come on with it for the touchdown. So the Hawks have just gone 53 yards in 5 plays to pick up their second touchdown of the afternoon. And there's Jose Kalunga to attempt the extra point at a hold of Rashawn McKee to try to make it 21-16. Good snap to McKee. He'll get it down. Kalunga will put his foot into it, and it is no good. Wide right. 21-15, Valdosta State in front. We're back for the kickoff after this short timeout on Flow Sports. Good drive for Chowan after they got the safety. And a great return by Devin Franklin to set Chowan up in the Valdosta side of the 50 at the 48. But after a procedural call, moved them back to the 47. The Hawks went to work on 2 big pass plays to Noah Toaster. One of 39 yards, the other of 10. And Chowan's within 6 now after the missed extra point by Kalunga at 21-15 as we just underway in the second quarter here from Murfreesboro. Side end over end kick's going to be fielded right at the 10-yard line by Jamone Wilson. Here's Wilson coming up the middle, and he's going to be hit and knocked down just as he crossed the 35-yard line. So we got Chowan player down. Looks like it's going to be okay. And now we'll hustle off the field. So let's see if Valdosta State, who has sputtered a little bit on the last couple of possessions after opening up with clicking on all cylinders, they'll start from their own 37-yard line. Chowan basketball heading your way here next month, or, well, October, I should say October 1st tomorrow, and after tomorrow will be next month. In November is when the Chowan ladies is our first broadcast. And matter of fact, we have the women at 12 noon and the guys at 6. Here's Edwards caught in his own backfield, but gets away from the tackler, reverses field, and gets pushed out of bounds right in front of the Valdosta State bench. Good penetration here on the near side for the Hawks, and they almost had Edwards back around the 35, but he got loose and tried to reverse field, made his way to the far side of the field before the Hawks pushed him out of bounds back at the 34-yard line. So there's also 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 13 for the Blazers. Blazers just had the ball 3 minutes and 20 seconds here in this first quarter, but they lead it 21-19. 21-15, I'm sorry. Here's the pass from Edwards, and he gets it to a receiver for another first down into Chowan territory, and it's Rodney Bullard on the catch, the 6-foot redshirt freshman from Albany, Georgia. And here comes Valdosta State again on the big pass play from Edwards to Bullard, who's having a big afternoon. For Bullard, that is his 3rd catch on the afternoon. 1st and 10 at the Chowan 30 for the Blazers. Edwards will give it up inside, and nothing doing this time for, I believe it's Cheney on the carry. We'll see exactly who the carry is. Correction, it's not going to be Cheney. It's going to be Eric Watts, the junior from Topeka, Alabama. And he's going to lose a couple yards back to the 32-yard line. So to bring up 2nd and 12 from that spot. 4 receiver set. Valdosta State working quickly here. Chowan's going to move up front. Look like we got some movement in the offensive line. Here comes a flag. Did Chowan make contact when they jumped, or are they going to get the offensive lineman for moving here? Chowan's moving back like it's going to be against Chowan. As Jonah Kirker jumped on the end, and he made contact with the offensive tackle on the right side, who quickly stood up and let the official know it, and that's Devin Hanna, 6'4", 293-pound grad, transfer from Cookstown out of the PSAC. The ball is moved to the 27, so it's 2nd and 7 from that spot. Edwards with plenty of time, and he can't get it to his intended receiver, Cancel Allen, who had a step on the defender inside the 15. Ball kind of went through his hands as Allen, who's pretty sure-handed, couldn't grab that one. Allen, the leading receiver on this team, with 17 catches on the year for a 12.6-yard average. Edwards thrown for 171 yards in this first half. We're early in the second quarter here from Chowan. Edwards with a set back to his left. 4 receiver set. Here's Edwards again to throw. Chowan put the pressure on, and Bullock can't hold it. Ball's kind of thrown a little bit behind him at the 15-yard line on a crossing route. Edwards couldn't get it out in front of Bullard, who had a step on the defender on the right side, and that was DeMonte Ridley in coverage. And here comes the field goal unit on, so it'll be a 44-yard attempt coming here for Eston Thale, who's only attempted 1 this season, and he missed from 37. Snap, spot, kick, high enough. Is it long enough? Is it straight enough? And it is. Good from 43 yards away from Thiel, and that'll raise the score to 24-15 on the 43-yard field goal here by Eston Thiel. We're back for the kickoff after this short timeout. You're watching and listening on Flow Sports. What did it say, 12:53 up there?
my shot, I'm still with the demons. Ooh, I keep it thorough. I got 5 chicks in New York, that means one in each borough. I'm in the pocket like Burrow. When I'm back home, no, they treat me like Robert De Niro. Took her to talk about butter and churro. Took her home. Now I got a €1. Zeros on zeros on zeros. That's what my bank account balance say. I got a check from a shoe company, now I do anything in New Balance say. I bought her a plane ticket out of state. I got me a shorty from Runaway.
Botsford coming forward to kick it away. High end over end kick, and fair catch is going to be made by Chowan's Devin Franklin. So Chowan will start another possession from their own 25-yard line following the fair catch. And Chowan's offense has been able to kind of control the clock here, but the scoreboard's been controlled by Valdosta State. They lead at 24-15. We've seen a little bit of everything here in this first half. So let's see what the Hawks can do here from their own 25-yard line, trailing 24-15. Once again, we'll be with you again next week here at home as the Hawks will play host to North Greenville. It'll be the annual homecoming game here at Garrison Stadium. Straight eye backs in behind this time of McGee, who will work up under the center. They run a little flea flicker. They give it to Felton. Felton gives it back to McGee. He fires a pass. It's caught on the far side to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown for Chowan. 75-yard pass play from McGee to, can't see the number. It appears to be Jakari Norwood. As he heads to the near side. Now, correction, it's going to be Kalani Washington. On the catch, 75 yards, a little flea flicker. Chowan got the I formation for the first time. They gave it to Felton, who pitched it back to McGee, and boy, he laid it on the money for 75 to the breaking Kalani Washington on the far side, who just outran a defender, Therion Stroops, to the end zone. A lot of scoring here in this game here already. And the kick from Kalunga's up, and it is good. 24-22. 12:40 to go in the second quarter. Back after this short timeout for the Valdosta State kickoff. Both teams lighting up the airways here this afternoon. Sean McKee's thrown for 208 yards in the first half for 3 touchdowns. Sammy Edwards, the quarterback for Valdosta State, thrown for 171 and 3 touchdowns. It's a 24-22 game, Valdosta State in the league. There's Kalunga set to kick it away for the Hawks. Nick Jackson back deep. Correction, that's not Nick Jackson. That's Xavier Williams on the far side. On the near side appears to be Eric Ross. Here's Kalunga's kick. It's going to be backed up and caught at about the 3-yard line by Xavier Williams, the transfer from Alabama. He's going to lower his head and make his way out about the 23-yard line before the Chowan stop. It's going to come from a guy who's pretty excited about making the play, DeMarcus Carroll, the sophomore defensive end. We saw a lot of him in the first game here at home. We got an injured player for Chowan down around the 20-yard line. 12:40 to go in this first half. Chowan down 24-22, but an exciting game with a lot of big plays here. See Chowan with a couple of touchdowns for over 50 yards. One of 75, the other of 52, I believe. I'm sorry, 63. They still attend the Chowan player, the injured player, down around the 20-yard line. So I'll go back to the D2 football scoreboard Try to give you some updates here. Fayetteville State leading Bluefield State in the second quarter, 7-6 in CIAA action in the Mid-Mountain East Conference. UNC Pembroke at home leading a 3-1 Wheeling team, 20-13. In SAC 8 play, Limestone in the third quarter leads Morris Hill 27-16. In PSAC play, it's California 24 and Clarion 7. Kutztown leading East Strasburg 20-14. Shorter now trailing to Mississippi College 27-7 in the third period down at Rome, Georgia, at home at Shorter University. So we continue to kind of look at the D2 football scoreboard. Of course, Chowan trailing here 24-22. Well, they got injured Chowan play on his feet. I can't tell exactly who it is from the angle that he's standing from my press box. And then he's going to turn and come to the near side. And appears to be Kamari Matthews. Matthews a little slow walking to the near side with help from Eric Gustafson and his staff, the head trainer here at Chowan. We were kind of going to the scoreboard there for a few moments ago. 27-7, Mississippi College leading Shorter. Some other scores from around the country. Winston-Salem State leads Lincoln 21-7 in CIAA play. Elizabeth City State leads Johnson C. Smith down in the River City 10-0. And West Liberty leads Concord 14-7. Pembroke, UNC Pembroke leading Wheeling 20-13. First and 10 with the ball at the 23-yard line for Valdosta, and they give it to the right side, and nothing doing with the Chowan defense. Stepping out and making a big play. It's going to be Jay Sean Austin, who had 6 tackles last week, as he's going to bring down Bud Cheney for a 3-yard loss back at the 20. So it'll bring up second and 13 here for the visitors from out of Valdosta, Georgia. Valdosta State Blazers making their first ever appearance here at Chowan. Here's Cheney looking for some running room, trying to bounce it outside. He's back near the original line of scrimmage before he's chased down from behind on the play. Coming up from the secondary, making the stop for the Hawks is going to be Ryan Teeter, I believe, made the stop. So a 3rd and 10 now for the Blazers. Blazers on the afternoon, 0 for 2 on third down opportunities. They came in first in the league at third down conversions at 56%. 23 of 41 starting today. Edwards in shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the left. And Edwards going to be flushed out of the pocket, going to be sacked. Chowan corded him up, and they get the sack, making the guy who's going to be credited with the sack is going to be Evan McGee, the grad linebacker from Jacksonville, Florida, stepped in the gap after Edwards was flushed out of the pocket by Jay Sean Austin. And Chowan's going to force their first 3 and out of the day, and here's Botsford to come kick it away for Valdosta State. Botsford 6'3", 200, just a freshman out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. If Chowan handles it here, it should get pretty good field position. Franklin back around his own 35, waiting to kick from Botsford. And Chowan went after it, and boy, did Botsford kick it high. My goodness. And Franklin's going to make the fair catch back at his own 31-yard line. My goodness, did he kick that high. Freshman kicker really stuck a foot in that one. But it's just, maybe not a huge distance, but 41-yard kick, they said down below us here. From the stat, a row here, but down below us here at Garrison Stadium in the Garrison Stadium press box. But, man, did that have some hang time on it. So the Hawks get it from their own 31, trailing 24-22. Well, we're near, I would say, about the 10-minute mark of this second quarter. Once again, like we said earlier, the scoreboard not working here at Chowan. I know they've been working on it, doing the first half here, but unable to get it going. Here's McKee on the keeper after faking it to Felton, and McKee is going to pull it down and run with it, and maybe about 3 yards on the play before he slid down on the play. Devon Reeves, the backup defensive lineman, made the play. Young man from out of Conyers, Georgia, the transfer from Troy. A gain of 3 on the play, bring up 2nd and 7 for the Hawks from their own 34-yard line. Moving through the east goal here at Garrison Stadium. Familiar with the digs here at where Chowan's played football for numerous years. Right in the middle of campus here at Chowan. McGee going to flare it near side to Gooch, the tight end. Breaks off one tackle, gets away from another, and gets to the 36. Boy, did Gooch take a big hit originally, but was able to get away and get a couple yards. Man, he made something out of nothing, did Javian Gooch. The sophomore tight end from Warner Robins, Georgia, 5'10", 220. So it's going to be a 3rd and 5 opportunity for the Hawks. It was converted 3 of 6 third down opportunities here in this first half. Hawks have played well offensively here in this first half. 247 yards of total offense. Here's McGee rolling, looking, fires, and it's caught for the first down. Boy, McGee looked to all his options and finally saw Franklin coming across the middle, and he laid it right on the 5 of that jersey for Franklin for the first down up to the 46-yard line. So the Hawks needed 5, and they get 10, and then they get a fresh set of downs out of their own 46. See what Coach Paul Johnson has in his bag of tricks here. He's going to give it to Felton, and Felton maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Young man is pushed back by the interior of that defense, led by Alan Ball, the 6'2", 290-pound redshirt freshman, transferred from Colorado. He's one of the guys that Deion Sanders did not keep out at Colorado, so he made his way down to Valdosta State and found a home here for the Blazers. No gain on the play to bring up 2nd and 10 for Chowan. Chowan fans a little late arriving, but you can hear them down below us here. Chowan got to go and go quickly, and they get that off just in time. Here's Rashad, going to dump it out of the backfield for Felton. He threw it just out of the reach of Felton. We have not seen Jakari Norwood today. Jakari's on the season. It's Chowan's 2nd leading rusher with 67 yards, but we have not seen him. And then, of course, Siobhan Harkless is out of uniform and injured again this week. He did not play last week, was unavailable, and unavailable this week. We have not seen Jakari Norwood today, the transfer from Illinois. Haven't seen him on the sidelines, to be honest. Stoppage of play after the incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 10 from that spot. And looks like we got a timeout on the field. Valdosta calls a timeout. So we'll take a 60-second break here. When we come back, we'll see what Chowan has dialed up on his 3rd and 10. Hawks trailing here at home, 24-22.
Wishes the Hawks good luck this season. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up at the half, we have the military and first responders appreciation. .754 remaining on the clock. If you are participating in the military and first responders, please report to the home side stands just before halftime to be recognized on the field.
.754 to go in the first half. Chowan with a 3rd and 10 from their own 46, trailing 24-22. Home against the 22nd ranked team in the country, Valdosta State. McGee working from the pistol with a 4-receiver set. getting pressured and rolls out of the pocket and dumps it off to Franklin, who's got it for the first down and more. Inside the 40, gets away from a tackler, goes down at the 35-yard line. Boy, has Franklin been a key in this offense today. And Sean Coleman has come up from the secondary, the redshirt junior out of Atlanta, to make the play for the defense for Valdosta. As Chowan picks another third down conversion up, turns it into a first down. On the completion from McGee to Felton. A correction, that's Franklin. All the way to the 35-yard line. The Hawks with another set of downs, fresh set of downs here. This time, 3 receiver set with a tight end on the left side for Chowan. And McGee's going to give it down. He's going to fake it inside and dump it on the far side to Demetrius Moore as they faked it to Felton up inside. Boy, it sure sold it to me up here in the press box, but it didn't fool the defense. But Moore's going to catch the pass, and maybe, I don't think they're going to give him a yard to the 34 maybe. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 from that spot from the 34-yard line of Valdosta State. McGee got hit just as he let it go, and it looks like it's a little bit winded here as he squats to look to the sidelines to get the play call. Chowan's probably going to have to get a timeout here. Play clock already down to 7 seconds. And Paul Johnson's probably going to take a timeout here, and he will. So we'll take a break here from Chowan where the Hawks trail 24-22 late in this second quarter. Back for more after this short timeout. Good gracious, taking a long first half. Of course, they're throwing a lot of passes. Anytime you throw a lot of passes, you're going to have them.
Yeah. Okay. Little CC. Yeah. I mean, where should I really even start? I got that I'm keeping in the dark. I got my cross the street living large. Thinking back to the
Cloudy afternoon here at Chowan, but no rain, so that's been a good thing. Thought we might see some sun before the afternoon's over, but we're late in this second quarter, so we still got a ways to go here in northeastern North Carolina. Chowan playing their second of 3 consecutive home games. They'll get North Greenville in the finale next week. And then Chowan will hit the road until October 28th when they come back here and play West Alabama, I believe it is. That is correct, on the 28th in the Hall of Fame and Senior Day here at Chowan. A lot of good players, maybe one of the most talented team Hall of Fame class Chowan's had in their several years of picking the Hall of Fame. 2nd and 9. And the youngest class already been defined as the youngest class. Here's Felton on the fake. McGee going to go back across the middle, and Franklin couldn't hold it, and he had some real estate out in front of him, did Devin Franklin. He cut it up inside. Good play fake that time. McGee's doing a really good job with his play fakes this afternoon. That play action just kind of froze the defense. Chowan offensive line doing a pretty good job protecting Rashad this afternoon. So here's another big third down opportunity for the Hawks. 3rd and 9 from the 34-yard line of Valdosta State. Trying to get it in the end zone and take the lead. McKee's going to be forced out of the pocket. It's going to be hit late. He's well shy of the first down as he got back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to cut a late hit here on DeAndre Clifton, a 6'3", 245-pound junior from Long, Maryland, as he hit McGee late, and he has to come off the field here. And Tremaine Jackson, the head coach, just kind of walks away from big number 90. They call it a personal foul. Going to give Chowan another first down, so they don't convert it offensively, but they get a big penalty here, and Chowan's going to get another fresh set of downs at the 24-yard line of Valdosta State. This drive for Chowan started on their own 31 after they forced a 3 and out. Offense has played well here in the first half. 279 yards on 35 offensive plays, and they've dominated time of possession. 12 minutes to 17 minutes. High snap. McKee's going to pull it down and has to run with it. Cuts it up to about the 22, where he goes down in the arms of Jaden Blunt, the 6'2", 244-pound redshirt sophomore from Augusta, Georgia. Today is National Recognition Day for military first responders, and Chowan's taking part in that today. We had a good group here a year ago. I expect we're going to see quite a few here today. Seen several people here prior to the game walking around with military stuff on, and some police officers as well, and emergency response. Chowan trying to get straightened out here offensively. We've already had to spend two timeouts in this half to get their offense set, and they're going to get one timeout here. Paul Johnson's watching that play clock wind down and tick away, and we're going to get a timeout here. Quick 30-second timeout. See what Chowan has for 2nd and 8, and we return here to the Garrison Stadium late in the second quarter. Hawks on the short end of it, 24-22.
Score is Valdosta State 24, Chowan 22.
What do you say on the time? .429 to go in this first half. Chowan's just spent their final timeout in this first half, and all the timeouts had come when the play clock was running down on Chowan. They couldn't get their offensive unit on the field in time. One thing that Chowan's been able to do is keep Sammy Edwards, the outstanding quarterback here from Valdosta State, on the field. Boy, he started out a perfect 5 for 5. He threw 3 touchdown passes, but haven't seen much of him late. Valdosta State in their recent offensive possession went 3 and out. And Chowan's been on the field a lot here offensively, which is a rarity from what we've seen with Chowan this season. 2nd and 8 from the Valdosta 17. Felton and McGee make up the backfield here for the Hawks. McGee looked left. Now it's going to pull it down and run with it. Got blockers in front of him. Cuts back to the middle of the field. Bounces off a tackle and goes to the 6-yard line. Or McGee collided with Nick Jackson and bounced off, and McGee's going to get the first down after the nice run here by the senior quarterback from out of Huber Heights, Ohio. 6'2", 210. Remember, he was the offensive player of the game in the CIAA championship game last year. Chowan with it 1st and goal and mark it at the 7. This will be the 11th play for the drive for the Hawks. It started back of their own 31-yard line. High snap. McGee will pull it down, give it to Felton. Felton spinning his way to about the 6, and that's it. Inside for the tackle, Devon Reeves, the 6'4", 233-pound linebacker. On the stop for the Blazers. Gain of only 1 by Felton, who on the afternoon has 8 carries for 22 yards. 8 carries for 20 yards, I'm sorry. Hawks in no hurry. You're trying to run some clock. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Toaster coming in motion back towards the formation. McGee going to go underneath to Felton. He's going to be thrown out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. They ran Felton out of the backfield through the slot, and he was thrown out of bounds. Nice play defensively by Nick Jackson again. And so it's 3rd and goal from the 4. At the one of Chowan's in 2-down territory here. Chowan having trouble. They go with another tight end. They bring big tight end off the bench. That's Landon Buter, the freshman. He and Gooch both in the lineup here. On his 3rd and goal from the Blazer 4-yard line. McGee going to roll to his left. Has a man out there, and it's good for the touchdown. It's Devin Franklin on the grab. Man, that's some drive. 69 yards on 13 plays, and McKee has thrown 4 touchdown passes here in this first half. And Chowan leads it now 30-22. And here's Kalunga on to attempt the extra point. He's 2 of 3 today in the PAT department. Chowan a little late getting Dimitri Moore on the field here at the corner. Plenty of time for Kalunga and McGee to get it done here. And here's the kick from the freshman, and is good. Chowan leads it 31-22. Big explosion here in the second quarter. We're back for the kickoff after a short timeout on flowsports.com. What does it say up there? Time 2:15. Mashai McKee is winning the battle of the quarterbacks here in this first half as he's thrown 4 touchdown passes that lead Chowan to a 31-24 lead. Here's the return. Nice return by Xavier Williams, and Kalunga to kick him might have saved a touchdown. Correction, that's not Kalunga on the tackle. There's Camden Richardson, the freshman defensive lineman. Williams with a nice return. They transfer from Alabama. Gets it right to midfield. I'll get the score right here momentarily. It's 29-24. Chowan up in front. Not only a scoreboard out from the time, it's always out on the scoring. Edwards is hit as he lets it go, but he got it away, and the catch is made in Chowan territory by Ted Hurst at the Chowan 44-yard line. Jordan Johnson, the freshman defensive back, makes the play defensively for Chowan. It's a gain of 6 on the play to bring up 2nd and 4. The ball placed at the 44-yard line of Chowan. For Delta State, they'll put a man in motion. Chowan coming on the blitz, trying to get to Edwards. He slips away from him. He's going to pull it down to keep him. Got a lot of running room with Edwards. So he's inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Boy, he just ran by the guy coming on the blitz. And that was Kewan Mickens, did Edwards. But a big play here with Valdosta State from the legs of Edwards to the 28-yard line. First down for Valdosta State at the Chowan 28. We got a false start, I believe, or we got offsides, either one on the Chowan defense. But the tackle on the near side moved, but so did Jay-Sean Austin. And I believe it's going to be on Valdosta State for a false start here. And it's really taking a while to talk it over here. These officials have had a couple of lengthy discussions today on penalties. They're going to call offsides against Chowan. Jay-Sean Austin moved on this side. Somebody from Chowan moved on the other side, but also the big offensive tackle on the near side, Kentrails Williams, moved. Transfer from Noah Ryan, but nonetheless, it's going to be against Chowan. It'll be 1st and 5 from the Chowan 24 for the Blazers. Started this possession at their own 50, or at the midfield stripe, I should say. Both of them have their own 50. My bad. And before we can get going, we have movement up front. Or do we? Are they going to move the ball from the 20 to the 9, from the 25 to the 24? Edwards set to go. Full receiver set for Edwards and company. Chowan creeping up in the line of scrimmage like they make blitz. Here's Edwards going deep, and he's got his man out there. Did he hold on to it and get it in the catch? He did. Touchdown catch for Council Allen deep in the left-hand corner. So Edwards has his 4th touchdown pass. This one of 24 yards. And the Blazers are back in front now, 30-29. And we may have an injured Chowan player down in the corner down here. I can't see for the field house in near corner. You can see the Chowan staff heading down to take care of the injured player. One minute exactly to go in the here's Steele to try to make it a 2-point game. 30-29 if my count's correct. Let's see, we're waiting for the PAT opportunity here. We had an injured player, and that official's going to confer again. It's been a long first half here from Chowan. But we've had a lot of scoring. But it's a 30-29 lead currently as we speak with Valdosta State in front here. Valdosta made a 593-mile trip in about 10 hours, what I was told. Heard a couple of bus loads here at Chowan. Quite a few fans made the trip as well. And here's the kick from Thiel, and it's up, and it's good. 31-29. Valdosta with the lead. We'll take another short break, come back and have the kickoff for you here. But as Valdosta State has just scored again here in the first half, they lead it 31-29.
If you're participating in the military and first responders at halftime, please report to gate 6 between the home stands and the field house. Gate 6 between the home stands and the field house for the military and first responder participants for halftime. Thank you.
Boy, been an exciting first half here from an offensive standpoint. Two teams combined for 501 yards in this first half. And the Blazers had the better of it here at 31-29. Here's the kick. It's going to be fielded up near the 10-yard line, across the 20 to the 25, going inside the 30 and being knocked down on the return for Chowan is going to be Travion Gilbert, the freshman out of Boynton Beach, Florida. So the Hawks got about a minute to do something with it here with the ball on their own 30-yard line, trailing 31-29. Still a nice breeze blowing out in the northeast here in Murfreesboro. It's been kind of cloudy and dreary and a little cooler than normal here in late September in northeastern North Carolina, and that's due to tropical storm Ophelia that came through last week and then turned into a low pressure that hung out on the coast. And been nice weather from a temperature standpoint. Had some dreary days, maybe a little bit of misting rain, but not enough rain to really account for anything. And this field is pretty dry and holding up pretty good today after taking a beating in the first two games during these wet conditions. Here's Felton with the call off the right side. He was making his way up to the 33-yard line before he's going to be knocked down by Jay Hinkle, the junior, one in his 6'1", 230, transfer from Newberry. Remember, Chowan's out of timeouts. They've used 3 timeouts in this first half. So a couple of running plays might kill this first half here. Remember, Valdosta State's going to get it to start the second half. Felton then once again to the 35, and let's see. They're going to let the clock run Valdosta State. As the official on the far side took a good look at Tremaine Jackson to see if he's going to call a timeout. So they're going to keep it rolling here. Gains a couple to the 35, and that will conclude the first half. A lot of fireworks in this one, but at the half, Valdosta State has the better of it. So they score with a minute to go on a 25-yard play to Council Allen from quarterback Sammy Edwards. And they head to the locker room to the Blazers with a 31-29 advantage here at the break. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back and look at the numbers from this first half. We'll look around the league and scores from Division II and Division I here this afternoon. At the break, at halftime, intermissions where we're at, it's Chowan down 31-29 to Valdosta State. You're listening, watching on Flow Sports.
$100,000 on the table, top left, price small with the same price small watch. Got no trouble, but I bought a lot. Too young, money, I do it all. Candy cane with the white on top. Lambo doors.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field for today's military and first responder presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank everybody in attendance today.
I want to go to our outside mic here as Chowan's recognizing the military and first responders down below us here. And so we're going to swing it down to Meredith Long, our senior women's administrator, and the assistant athletic director. At the break, Chowan trails to Valdosta State here at home by a score of 31-29. Here's Meredith.
Here and overseas, we'd like to issue a big thank you. We're going to let those in attendance today tell us a little bit about their service for Military Appreciation First Responders Day.
Well, first of all, I'm a proud dad of the number 63, your offensive left tackle, and the horn. But I did serve my country in the Coast Guard Reserve as an investigator, petty officer. I also have 30 years in law enforcement, 27 with the U.S. Marshal Service, and 15 years as a National Registered Medic.
Retired Master Sergeant Wayne Brooks, retired as a EA, and retired from Walter Reed Army Medical Center, where I was in charge of ear, nose, and throat, audiology, speech for 20 years. And 2 years I worked in the E9 position as Garrison Sergeant Major.
I'm Hal Thomas. I'm retired as a Master Sergeant in the United States Air Force. I served different locations around the world. Most of them were involved in satellites and satellite recon.
Staff Sergeant Dardan Johnson, served in the Marine Corps, 5 years on the Turkey circuit. National Guard active duty, Spine SEAL.
Junior Medic, United States Navy Reserves, 4 uniform in third class. My name is Chief Warrant Officer 3 Randy Jerry, retired United States Army. I'm currently the Senior Army Instructor at Hereford County High School, Junior ROTC. Been doing that for 15 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, for these ladies and gentlemen get off the field here today, let's give them a big round of applause for their continued service to our communities, to our country, to everybody here today that we get to play this game here safely. We appreciate all that you do to make that happen. Thank you.
Candy paint with the white on top. Lambo doors or the wool up top. If you busy plotting on what I got, kick in your door and swat you got. $100,000 on the tabletop. That's price my whip, same price my watch. Got no jumper, but I bought a lot. So young Stoney, I do what I want. Candy paint with the white on top. Lambo doors or the wool up top. If you busy plotting on what I got, in your door and swat you back. $100,000 on the tabletop. Price my whip, same price my watch. Got no jumper, but I bought a lot. So young Stoney, I do what I want. Didn't know that was your girl when she gave me top. Kicked out the road, said thanks a lot. Damn, I love paper like a Michael Scott. I can do things that your man cannot. Slab boy coming down, damn, I'm hot. Everybody say that I gotta restart. Even though my final form ain't unlocked, I'm so ahead of you. How you comprehend what you ain't understand? Count 100 bands and I want your fan. Diamonds going crazy like they on the dance floor. Got a lot of nothing you can handle. Flavor lasts forever, you should try a sample. Carry on the bars, I go pony dance. Everybody tryna tell me what I stand for. You know me, homie, you don't want war. Candy paint with the white on top. Lambo doors or the wool up top. If you busy plotting on what I got, kick in your door and swat you got. $100,000 on the tabletop. That's price my whip, same price my watch. Got no jumper.
Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to Meredith Long as she kind of passed the mic down to our military first responders who are recognized here today with free admission and free stuff to eat here at Chowan, but got recognized, and it was nice that they were able to go out and just say what they did for a living and what the service they served in, whether it was EMS, fire department, Coast Guard, Army, Navy, whatever. And nice effort by Chowan. Had a pretty good contingent of folks down that participated today. Look at the stats from the first half. The main stat is Chowan on the scoreboard trails 31-29 here at the break to Valdosta State. Chowan with 11 first downs, Valdosta with 8. Chowan rushed it 18 times for 57 yards, Valdosta 8 times for 12 yards. Passing is where all the work was done for both teams. Chowan 15 of 23, no interceptions for 246 yards in that first half, while Sammy Edwards was 8 of 13 for 213 yards. Correction, 201 yards, I'm sorry. And both quarterbacks had thrown 4 touchdowns in the first half. So Valdosta State, 21 plays in that first half, 213 yards. Chowan has really held the football a lot in the first half. They ran 41 plays for 303 yards. So that's kind of giving you the numbers for the first half. From what I can see, they had moved it up a little bit so where we could see all the penalties and stuff like that. We do not have the stats here, given, of course, because they haven't been able to print. Boy, a lot of things going wrong here at Chowan today. The scoreboard not working and printer not working as well. So we can't get you the penalty numbers and those type things. So so now we're getting some, I think. Evan Carpenter stepped in our booth here to kind of help us out. Thank you. Penalty-wise, Chowan's been flagged 5 times for 24 yards, and Valdosta 4 times for 35 yards. Time of possession, Chowan 21 minutes, 32 seconds, and Valdosta State 8 minutes and 28 seconds. But you got to give Valdosta State credit. They've put 31 points on the board after having the ball only 8 minutes and 28 seconds. They scored twice in the first four offensive plays of the game. We'll take another break here at Chowan. Oh, you guys need me to keep rolling? We'll take about a 3-minute break here at Chowan, come back and give you the individual numbers. Here at the break, Chowan trails 31-29.
I can't fall in love cause that money be my bottom. But she still sucking and she swallow it. All these said he hate cause my money be my problems. And when I'm talking we gon' silence. Can't stop, won't stop, bad boy. Always upgrading from my last. I don't think my Risha, Keisha, and Joy. Enjoy. I was off 23 and 1. Now I bought like 23 and 1. Type of game I'm always playing, man, what? I know I'm gonna kill the fool and what? It might look light, but it's heavy like my Jesus. My rocket throw back like I'm fab and shit too. Baby, I got deli and guns too. She text me where you at, I said that and he come through. Now she in love with me cause she ain't used to luxury. Why would I hate on you? I do my thing comfortably. I'm not the one, I'm not the two, you know it's C3. She brushing on my ways, talking about she need me. Oh, can't stop, won't stop, bad boy. Always upgrading from my last. I don't think my Risha, Keisha, and Joy. And I ain't enjoy. I was off 23 and 1. Now I bought like 23 and 1. Type of game I'm always playing, man, what? I know I'm gonna kill the fool and what? Let's get it. I bought for 15 passenger, this a G5, know they got a challenger. I get some members with me in the fridge, the coke cinch, they some cannibals. They like the geek, drink a whole bottle, wake up and repeat. She took a look, shifted with the chill out. Now she said 3D. I go in the jungle and they got the code. I said I come out with a meme. I found a bitch for the fam, bigger than me. Color thugs in my bigger than me. And then the fact of a masterpiece. I call her twin, cause them in my brother. We got the same brother, he matching me. For real, water on me like the sun.
Here at halftime, Chowan trailing 31-29 to Valdosta State, number 22 in the country. They made the AFCA rankings for the first time this week, national rankings. This is a program, some perennial power as far as D2 football is concerned. And, boy, they've lit it up here offensively in the first half, but so have the Hawks. Putting 29 points on the board and rolling up 303 yards of offense. This is a Chowan team that came in today averaging 220.8 yards per game offensively, which is last in the conference. But Chowan with a good first half, mainly on the throwing of Rashad McKee, a quarterback for Chowan, who has thrown for 246 yards and 4 touchdowns, hitting 15 of 23 passes. Let's take a look at the individual numbers for the first half. McGee's also the leading ground gainer for the Hawks. So he's rushed it 6 times for 32 yards. Romeo Felton, 10 carries for 25 yards. Devin Franklin twice for 4 yards. Receiving, Franklin's had a big day. 4 catches for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. Noah Toaster, 3 catches and 1 touchdown for 60 yards. Tyree Holloway, 2 catches for 71 yards, and Felton 2 carries for 9 yards. Holloway also had a touchdown as well. Talbot, the punter for Chowan, 3 punts for a 29.7 yard average. His longest was 47. For defensively, Chowan's led by Nick Wilson with 5 tackles, 3 for Evan McGee, DeMonte Ridley with 2, and Jason Austin with 2. Sammy Edwards leads the ground game here for Valdosta State, which only had 12 yards rushing in that first half, 3 carries for 11 yards. Jamon Wilson, 1 carry for 3 yards. Cheney and Flowers had some carries but no yards to account for. Edwards, 8 of 13, no interceptions, 201 yards, 4 touchdowns, as long as 50 yards. He was sacked once. McKee, by the way, was sacked only once, showing to give it up the most sacks in the league at 13 coming in today. But offensive line did a pretty good job protecting the starting quarterback in this first half. Rodney Bullets had a big day of catching the football. He's had a couple for 46 yards, 2 catches for Ted Hurst for 18 yards and a touchdown. Eric Watts, 1 catch for 50 yards and a touchdown as well. Noah Botsford, the punter, punted twice for a 38.5 yard average. His longest was 47. Defensively, Kennedy Parker, the linebacker, had 6 tackles. Jacob Harris and Nick Jackson 4 each, and Jamon Wilson had 2. Let's take a look at the D2 scoreboard here this afternoon. One score from the Gulf South Conference nearing the end of that one down in Rome, Georgia, where Shorter was entertaining Mississippi College this afternoon. Late in that ball game, Mississippi College now leading 30-14, and Mississippi College came in today 0-2 in league play, 1-3 overall, while Shorter was 1-1 and 2-2. Of course, their win in conference play, Shorter's win in conference play, came against this Chowan football team. UNC Pembroke leading Wheeling in Mountain East Conference play, 34-20. Fayetteville State in the CIAA's bleeds Bluefield State at the half, 14-6. Johnson C. Smith on the road in the CIAA down at Elizabeth City, and Johnson C. Smith trailing Elizabeth City State 20-7. Glenville State and Charleston going at it in Mountain East Conference play. Charleston 31, Glenville State 3 at the break. Albany State and Kentucky State going at it in the SIAC. No score early in that one. Winston-Salem late in the second quarter leads Lincoln 21-7 in CIAA play. And Virginia State all over Shaw up in Raleigh today by a score of 28-6, and Virginia Union leading St. Aug 17-0. Virginia Union still unbeaten on the season, and the team that's picked to win the CIAA. Some other scores from the Division II ranks here this afternoon. As we scroll up the board here, Kutztown leads East Stroudsburg State 34-27. Morris Hill and Limestone locked up with a good one in the fourth quarter. South Atlantic Conference matchup. Limestone playing at home leads Morris Hill 27-23. And Lock Haven in the fourth quarter has taken the lead over Millersville 31-28. Shepherd, the number 23 ranked team in the country, played in the national championship a year ago, leading Shippensburg 30-16. Mississippi College and Shorter, we told you that score. Also, Central State and Miles just underway in the SIAC, no score. Concord and West Liberty. West Liberty with a 17-14 lead and late in the third quarter in that one. Frostburg State and the Mountain East and Notre Dame tied up at the break, 21 apiece. And that's kind of from our D2 scoreboard here this afternoon. Let's go along the Division I ranks here this afternoon to get you some numbers from that one. Clemson trying to give Syracuse their first defeat of the year with 12:23 left. Leads at the Carrier Dome to the Tigers 24-14. Also, in other scoring this afternoon from Division I, Penn State leads Northwestern 27-13 with 9:52 to go in that one. Kentucky all over Florida. It looks like the Wildcats are going to remain unbeaten. They lead the Florida Gators 33-14 with 7:44 left. Texas A&M down in Arkansas and landed on the Razorbacks 34-16 with 6 minutes left to go in that one. South Alabama trails at James Madison 24-10. Virginia trying to pick up their first win of the year, leads at Boston College 14-0 early in the second quarter. Southern Cal late in the third quarter leads at Colorado 48-27, a shootout between those two Pac-12 teams. Minnesota leads Louisiana 35-24, and Utah State leading Connecticut 31-27. That's the look at Division I ranks and Division II ranks. We'll get ready to start this one and get underway here in this third quarter, as Jose Kalunga set to kick it off for Chowan, and we're underway here in the second. A short pooch kick. It's going to be fielded by one of the upbacks here for Valdosta State. Chowan got away with that last week against Benedict, but not this time, and he kind of pooched it a little bit too high, Nick Kalunga, and he was trying to catch Valdosta State napping. I like the play call for the opportunity here for Coach Paul Johnson, trying to get a little mo back with Chowan, but Valdosta State's got the lead in the football, and the first possession of the second half, they have it on their own 47-yard line. The play was made by Justin Jeffrey, the backup wide receiver, young man to transfer from Charlotte for Valdosta State. So here come the Blazers out of the gate here in the first half, from second start of the second half from their own 47. Here comes Chowan blitzing from right on the left, and Edwards picks it up and gets away to cancel Allen. Allen's going to be stopped at the 48-yard line. Allen got away from one defender but couldn't get away from the other defender from Chowan, whose number I cannot see. These small numbers on the front here for the Chowan jerseys make it very difficult for us to see here, especially these gray jerseys with the blue numerals. Stop was made by Chowan's Jordan Johnson, the freshman. Gain of 5 on the play. Ball placed at the Chowan 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Blazers. He worked through the west goal to start the second half. Same play back the other way. Allen's got it again. He's got the first down as he slung down, and once again, same guy, Jordan Johnson, makes the play here. Looks like Valdosta State's got a little more urgency starting the second half. Boy, was down outside to use the bathroom, and it's just outside the locker room here for Valdosta State, and they were getting a pretty stern talking to at the break by the Valdosta State coaching staff. Play is enough for the first down to the Chowan 43 for the Blazers, who send 4 receivers to the right with a tight end to the left. And they'll bring Isaiah Flowers back to the backfield to get up behind Edwards, who looks over the Chowan defense. And Chowan's going to bring a linebacker. They'll give it away to Flowers, who's got some running room near side. He's inside the 30 to about the 25-yard line. Good play call that time by Edwards. It looked like he might have changed the play at the line of scrimmage. Chowan was showing blitz, and he caught him in it. And Valdosta State's going to get a big run by Flowers all the way to the 25-yard line. So a gain of 22 yards on Flowers, and here come the Blazers. 1st and 10 at the Chowan 25. Just underway here in the second half from the barrel. And this is going to be Flowers again trying to bounce it to the outside. He lowers his head and goes near the 21 before Chowan can get him to the turf. We didn't see much of Flowers in that first half. He's a young man that didn't play a year ago after playing the year before, but did not play last year and has some pretty good quicks. He's a leading rusher on his team, 6th in the league. He started today with 202 yards on the season on the ground. Does Flowers. Gain of 4 here brings up 2nd and 6 now for the Valdosta State University Blazers. Three receiver set this time. Edwards striking a quick drop. Now rolls to his right and throws underneath to his big tight end and making the grab and fighting for their first down markers. Noah Jalan, the 6'3" junior from St. Augustine, Florida. He's going to come up about 2 yards shy of the first down at the 17-yard line of Chowan. So they'll bring up a 3rd and 2 here for Valdosta State. Got to think they're probably in 2-down territory here. Early in the second half, trying to extend their 31-29 lead. Trip receivers bunched up right to the left of the offensive line. Looks like they're changing the play call here from the sidelines. With 8 seconds to go on the play clock. Edwards waiting on the snap here, and he'll quick pass far side, cutting right, is intercepted. Nice intercepted, taking it right out of Xavier Williams' hand. Is a defensive back on the far sidelines and making the interception, the first one of the year for Edwards. For Chowan is going to be Nick Wilson, his 3rd pick of the year. It ran a little slant to Xavier Williams on the far side, and Wilson just took it right out of his hands. And Williams looked like he had enough for the first down, but Wilson just took it out of his hands for the interception. That is the first interception of the year. Correction, that is the 4th interception of the year for Edwards. I'm sorry. And that one may not have been his fault. So Chowan gets it back of their own 9, trailing by 2 here early in the 3rd quarter. Fans kind of coming to life down below us here. There's a man in motion from out on the left. This is Romeo Felton looking for some running room. Goes right into the arms of inside linebacker Jaquan Hicks, who has 11 tackles on the year, 1 tackle for loss. A 6'2", 265-pound transfer from Tuskegee. Gets Felton after a yard to 10-yard line. A 2nd and 9 for the Hawks, who really control the football in the first half offensively. Sean McKee has had a big day at quarterback today for the Hawks. Valdosta showing blitz here, and they'll back out of it. Here's McKee rolling out to his right, stops, and he's trying to get it to his receiver, and that's going to be making the catch and making his way to the 47-yard line for Chowan. It's going to be Devin Franklin. And Franklin, who was wearing number 5 in the first half, has switched to number 1 here in the second half. And, boy, he almost got away for what would have been a 90-yard touchdown play, but it's going to be drugged down out of the 47-yard line. Completion of 37 yards from McKee to Felton, Franklin, who's having a huge day, along with McKee. So Chowan out of the shadows of their own end zone. The 37-yard pass play. McKee will give it to Romeo Felton, bounce it to the outside. Here's Romeo into Valdosta State territory. He's got the first down before he's tossed out of bounds right in front of the Valdosta bench near the 40-yard line. Jacob Harris makes the play. The defensive back to transfer from Western Carolina. But that's some good running by Romeo Felton that time. He looked to go right off the left guard, but bounced it outside, dodged a couple of defenders, stayed on his feet, and makes his way to the 41 for another Chowan first down. Hawks operate in Valdosta State territory at the 41. Hawks trailing 31-29 here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Felton again, some running room. Felton still on his feet. He's got the first down. He makes his way to the 29-yard line. Some shifty running here from Romeo Felton, the young man of Akron, Ohio, 5'8", 180. He's wheeling and dealing on this possession for Chowan. Chowan back at home next Saturday. North Greenville makes the trip here to Chowan. They will play in this tonight at home to West Florida. North Greenville lost to this same Valdosta State team on the road last week, 28-3. Here's Felton on the fake, and McGee's going to keep it. McGee got the corner turn. He's inside at 20 to the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Terrell Dudley, the leading tackler on this team, had a shot at McGee around the 20, but couldn't grab the elusive quarterback for Chowan. And they'll move to 6, and Chowan's in the red zone now at the 14-yard line of Valdosta State. They moved it quickly from the own 9 to the 14-yard line after the Wilson interception. You hear the wind blowing on our right side mic here. And it's blowing pretty heavily from the northeast. Going towards our press box here where we're located on the south side. Here's McKee caught up inside. He wanted to run the option to McGee, but coming down the line and making the play with Jaden Blunt, the defensive tackle, who just kind of forced McKee to hold on to it and get dropped back at the 17-yard line for a 3-yard loss. So it brings up 2nd and 3 for the Hawks. Correction, 2nd and 13. Got about 8 minutes to go in this third quarter. Here from Chowan. No score in this from either team in the second half, but Valdosta State still leads at 31-29. Here's McKee trying to get it to Franklin, and he can't hold it. He took a pretty big lick, and here comes a flag from the back judge. Well, is that a targeting call here against Caleb Sutherland? He went pretty high and hit Franklin around the 5-yard line. He may take a look at this one, but it came well after the play. Tremaine Jackson, the second-year head coach for Valdosta State, on around the 20-yard line, waiting to hear from what the officials have said about this flag that's laying at the 5-yard line. The guy who the call was on appeared to be Caleb Sutherland, the graduate defensive back. He's a transfer out of Toledo. And still waiting for him. Looks like they might have taken a look at this one. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Here's our head official, Mr. Roderick Evans. They're looking at it under review, but it is targeting. They said they said the wrong number. It had to be number 6. So they're going to take a look at it. First replay that we've seen. We cannot see it in the booth here. The replay, we cannot see it. So we'll take a break here, about a 1-minute break, and come back and see what unfolds on this potential targeting call against Valdosta State. If it goes against the Blazers, Chowan's going to have it 1st and goal around the 5-yard line. Back for more as we just under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Chowan trailing here at home to Valdosta State, 31-29. Well, targeting calls thanks to Evan Carpenter, Sports Information Director here at Chowan, or Assistant Athletic Director for Athletic Communications, stepped in our radio booth to tell us that targeting calls are automatically reviewed in the Gulf South Conference. The Gulf South Conference is one of the Division II conferences who took the opportunity to trial and experiment with the instant replay this season, and it's primarily for what we just had, a potential targeting call coming here against Valdosta State. So we'll see if that stands up. So you hear say our head official, Mr. Roderick Evans, over the Gulf South Conference tent, which is just beyond the east end zone here. That's the thing. We do not have a chance to see the replay up in the booth here. So that's different from what you watch on TV each and every week following college football on the Division I level on the networks. But we do not have the opportunity here in the booth, nobody does, to look at it except the head official. But Chowan has cameras located in strategic locations here throughout the facility. And the flag is laying at the 5-yard line. Chowan took this possession after the Nick Wilson interception and is taking it from their own 9-yard line to what might be first and goal from the 5. We'll see where, or either it's going to be back at the 13, it'll be second or third down in that spot. As Franklin was trying to catch it on the crossing right, got hit late. Mr. Evans still taking a long look at it under that tent, something we have not had at all in the first 2 previous games. This third quarter was moving along pretty good until we had this. And it's still going back and looking at it again here. I'm not sure where these cameras are located at to try to estimate if it is a targeting call or not. The cameras that we see for our broadcasts do not let us see it, so. And they're gonna, looks like they're gonna emerge from the tent with the decision here. And here's Roderick Evans, our head official, to give the announcement as he makes his way out to the middle of the field here. We'll see if we can pick him up on our right side mic. And it stands, and Caleb Sutherland has been disqualified for targeting. Well, that's what it was put in place for. And so Chowan's going to have an automatic first down, I believe, at the 9-yard line of Valdosta State. .6:49 to go in this third quarter here from Chowan. Hawks trying to pull the upset here at home. And give Delta State that a little longer bus ride than they already had. 593 miles from campus to campus for Valdosta State and Chowan. Chowan will have to do it next year. Here's McGee going to pull it down and run with it. He's to the 5, to the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Rashad McKee for 9 yards out. And Chowan leads it 35-31 here late in the third quarter. What a drive for Chowan. They just went 91 yards in 8 plays. And cap it off with a Rashard McKee touchdown run of 9 yards. Boy, when you think of Offensive Player of the Week here in the conference, Rashard's got to be in that category for next week's selections. He's thrown for 4 touchdowns and ran for another. He will hold here for Kalunga to take the extra point. And the kick is on its way. It's not very high, but it's high enough and over the bar. And Chowan is taking a 36-31 lead.
36, Valdosta State 31. With 7:35 left on the clock in the third quarter.
We'll take a 1-minute break here from Chowan, where the Hawks have taken the lead here in the second half.
Located right off I-95. Chowan students, faculty, and staff, when you visit this location, show your Chowan ID and receive a free drink with the purchase of an entree. Chick-fil-A is located at 280 Premier Boulevard in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina.
Kalunga's short kick is fielded by one of the upbacks, Justin Jeffrey, who called for the fair catch but dropped it. Well, we got a flag where Chowan kicked it off. I think it's going to be all sides against Chowan here as he unpiled the players down below us here. But Jeffrey came out of there with it, so it doesn't matter. He had called for the fair catch on that little pooch kick. Surprised Chowan went back to it again. They almost came up with it, but Chowan was off sides on the kickoff. So let's see what Valdosta State elects to do here. I would think they would take the football right here maybe declined a penalty. Officials are surrounded. The 46-yard line down below us here on the east end of the field. Chowan with a 36-31 lead with 7:35 to go in this second half. They're going to make Chowan kick it again. Let's see. I think they might. I was kind of surprised. They would take the football where it was at here. Right where it was at. Curtis Long, our assistant athletic director on the far side, talking to one of the officials. Not sure what that's about. I don't think you'll see Chowan go with a short kick here. A little pooch kick they've had the past two kickoffs. Xavier Williams has shown us his quickness on the far side. On the near side, it's going to be Eric Ross. A potential return here for Valdosta State, who trails here at Chowan 36-31 with 7:35 to go in this third quarter. Here in the cloudy skies here in Murfreesboro, North Carolina. Ross going to pedal back to his own 21 after the short kick, trying to get to the middle of the field. Here's Ross going to go down in the arms of a couple of Chowan jerseys out near the 37, maybe 38-yard line. A couple of Hawks making the play. Harrison Lee is one of them, and the other is Demetria Moore. So Demetria's made a couple of good plays today on specialty teams, and so Valdosta playing from behind for the first half time in the second half. Will have it from their own 38-yard line. Chowan basketball just around the corner coming up in November. We'll have those games on GoCUHawks.com. It'll be different from what we have here in the Gulf South Conference on Flow Sports. Here's Edwards to pass on first down. Rolls to his right, stops, fires, and the grab is made near the 40-yard line of Chowan, and down to the 37 is Ted Hurst. Hurst has had a big afternoon. Young man from out of Savannah, Georgia. And good passing yards down to the 38. From one 38 to the other. And some first down here for Valdosta State. Boy, Edwards has had all grades of time to throw the ball today. Swing pass out in the backfield here is incomplete. He was trying to swing it out to Eric Watts, the junior running back, but threw it a little bit too far in front of him. And Chowan had to defend it fairly well. Kamari Carey, the veteran grad cornerback for Chowan, in defense here for the Hawks. Stoppage of play will bring up 2nd and 10 from the Chowan 38 for Valdosta State. Trip receivers bunched up to the left, two receivers to the right. As a man in motion comes this way as Edwards works from the empty backfield. Chowan showing the blitz. They run a little shuttle pass back the other way, and it caught Chowan in that blitz again. And good carry that time for Eric Watts. Great play call that time for Tremaine Jackson. He caught Chowan in that blitz, and they ran it back the other way, a little misdirection. And boy, did Watts almost break it for a touchdown. He came up 1 yard shy of the first down, so it'll be 3rd and 1 at the Chowan 29-yard line. As Edwards looks to the far side to get the play call in for the offensive staff for Coach Tremaine Jackson's Valdosta State team. And it's going to be Edwards on the keeper. Play action, Edwards will slide down for the first down at the 25-yard line. They ran a little play action that time to Watts and to the left, and Edwards just kept it and moved to his right and slid down for the first down at the 25-yard line. So a fresh set of downs for the Blazers. They're looking to take the lead back. They trail here at Chowan 36-31 here late in the third quarter. And Chowan coming with the blitz again. Edwards picks it up again, trying to go far side. It's going to be out of bounds. His catch was made on the far sidelines by Rodney Bullard. But Chowan just ran him out of bounds, the defensive back on the far side, and it appears to be Damani Ridley. And it is, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Blazers, who will make the long trip back home, getting ready for Delta State coming to town next week. Should be a dandy of a game in the Gulf South Conference, maybe for the conference championship. Edwards across the middle, great grab by Bullard again. He's got enough for the first down. Boy, Edwards had some zip on that one on the slant across the middle, and boy, great hands that time by Bullard. Boy, they have some terrific wide receivers to the Blazers.
Tucker with the tackle.
Bullard's got enough for the first down to the 13-yard line of Chowan. And here's Edwards on the play fake, and it's incomplete. He tried to go to Bullard again, and this time Ridley's in pretty good position. The ball is thrown out of bounds and incomplete. Valdosta trying to start quickly here and catch Chowan's defense on the heels. Chowan's starting to really bring the backers a lot in the second half, coming after Edwards, who's 14 of 22 now for 259 yards. McKee, his counterpart, thrown for 283. Both quarterbacks have thrown 4 touchdowns today. 2nd and 10 at 13 of Chowan is where Valdosta State operates. Edwards again to pass, and the catch is made for the touchdown by Bullard. See, he had to go to the grass to grab it, and he caught it right in front of, really on the far side, and that's a 62-yard drive in 8 plays for Valdosta, and Edwards has thrown his 5th touchdown pass. This one to Rodney Bullard. It's Bullard's first touchdown pass of the afternoon. The extra point team having trouble getting on the field here for Valdosta. They got to go and go quickly. Here's Steele's extra point attempt into the west goal end zone, and it is good. 38-36, Valdosta takes the lead. We're back for the kickoff with 5:45 left to go in this third quarter. We're back for the kickoff after this 1-minute timeout.
Auto, commercial, life, and more. They're located on Main Street in Murfreesboro. You can call them for a free quote, 252-396-0035.
Do what? That Valdosta State drive to put the Blazers back in front here in the third quarter was the Edwards and Bullard show down the fields. The two combined to have 3 completions, including a touchdown for Bullard for 14 yards on the sliding catch in the end zone. Steele's extra point makes it 38-36 Valdosta. And here's the kickoff coming from Botsford. Low sailing kick's gonna get out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Boy, I tell you, it was awful close to staying in bounds, and Chowan had a guy back there looking at it, and that was Trayvon Gilbert. So the Chowan offense will get the football for only 2nd time in this quarter, and the last time they went 91 yards in 8 plays to take their first lead in the second half. Only to see the Blazers come back and drive it 62 yards in 8 plays to take a 38-36 lead. Shootout in the barrel today. A lot of fireworks from both quarterbacks. Two teams now right at 700 combined total yards on the afternoon. We still got 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ball's 1st and 10. Chowan to their own 35-yard line after the kick from Botsford went out of bounds. And Felton looking for some room, bouncing to the outside, and finally caught it at 39. Felton run down behind by inside linebacker Jay Hinkle, junior out of Rockmart, Georgia. It's one of those towns I've never heard of, Rockmart, Georgia. Felton now with 49 yards on the afternoon on 13 carries. Gets 4 here, makes up 2nd and 6 from 39. Chowan, they are on 39. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, 1 in the slot on the left. Felton and McGee make up the backfield. Here's the play fake. McGee's going to keep it. It's a straight run all the way. Richard cuts it inside. He's got the first down. Goes down at the 48-yard line. Boy, McKee has been special today at quarterback. My goodness. He's playing like he did a year ago when he was the offensive player of the game in the CIAA championship game up at Salem, Virginia. And Chowan fell on the last-minute field goal to Fayetteville State in that championship game. Chowan's got a first down out of the 47. It's Chowan's 17th first down of the afternoon. Really got Valdosta's defense on the heels here. McGee, a little swing pass out to Demetrius Moore. He's got the first down, fighting for yardage inside the 40. Still on his feet and goes down at the 38. They just ran Moore out of the slot, and McGee, after the play-action fake, just got it to him. He was wide open, and yardage after the catch for Demetrius Moore gets Chowan a first down to the 39 of Valdosta State. Chowan on the move again here, working towards the east goal. It's been good to him here in this second half. In front of a real sparse crowd here today at Garrison Stadium. Here's Felton, and he's going to be knocked down right at the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a yard. Making the play was the Kennedy Parker, the linebacker. The junior from out of Macon, Georgia, which is not too far down the road from Valdosta. Lost a yard on the play. Back to the 40. It brings up 2nd and 11 for Chowan. You can hear that wind is kind of switching out of from the northeast to the northwest now. See those flags, and it might make a difference if you have a late field goal here, especially if you're driving to the west goal here. Flat wind's going to be in your face. McGee near side, catch is made by Toast, and he dropped immediately at the 30-yard line. Coming up making the play on a little down and out is Daniel Jean, the defensive back, the redshirt freshman out of Miami Gardens, Florida. For Valdosta, the gain of about 5 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 6 now for Chowan. They operate in Valdosta State territory at the 36. Valdosta State sidelines trying to get behind this defense. But I tell you what, the field's held up really good today. It was a mess when we left here last week after the torrential rains from Tropical Storm Ophelia, but man, it's held up well today. Here's McKee rolling to his left, going to fire, and the grab is made for the first down. And that's going to be Tyree Holloway with the catch. He's got enough just for the first down. Caught it right in front of defensive back Byron Broussard. And it's another first down, another big 3rd down completion. Chowan 6 of 9 this afternoon on 3rd down conversions. Man, that is a huge stat in this game. Getting close to a minute to go in this quarter. First down, Hawks. And Felton's got it again. Felton's got some running room again. He's running in the secondary to the 23. Nick Jackson, the reigning defensive player of the week in the Gulf South Conference, with the tackle for the Blazers. Gain of 6 to the 24-yard line for Felton. Boy, Romeo's had a big day. And he's done it all. He's been the only back that Chowan's used today. Ja'Cory Norwood, the leading rusher, has not played today. Not sure he's in uniform or not. We haven't seen him on the sidelines. So 2nd and 4 from the Hawks at the 23 of Valdosta State. McKee again, and the pass is caught again. Let's see if it's going to be enough for the first time. Toasted with those great hands. Just took it away from the defensive back, Daniel Jean, here on the near side. It's going to move the sticks on a Chowan first down.
Results of play brings up another Chowan.
line of scrimmage for the Hawks, but this one will be the 17 of Valdosta State, and that's the end of the third quarter. Third quarter in the books. Chowan trails 38-36, but they'll drive with the ball at the 17-yard line where they have it 1st and 10 of Valdosta State after this 1-minute timeout. This is Chowan, Valdosta State on Flow Sports.
Taste me how to do it. Taste me how to do it. Taste me how to do it. Taste me how to do it.
15 minutes to go here in the Barrel. It's what has been a very entertaining afternoon here at Garrison Stadium. As Valdosta State, the 22nd ranked team in the country and undefeated on the season, leads here at Chowan by a count of 38-36. And the Hawks have it 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line of Valdosta State. As we get ready to start the fourth and final quarter here. So let's see what the Hawks going to do here on this first down play. Two receivers to the left with a tight end and the slot on the near side. Hughes had a big day with the football. Going to be pressured and it's going to be sacked. That time, Valdosta State brought the house and they converged. About 5 Valdosta State defensive players converged on McKee back near the 27-yard line. Well, they'll mark him at the 26-yard line. So it's a loss of 9 on the play. Just a second sack of McKee today. And that's what I'm really surprised. We haven't seen more blitzing here today from Valdosta State. One of the few times that they brought the house. They did get to McKee for their second sack of the day. So Chowan, instead of having it in the red zone's kind of been pushed out of the red zone back at the 26-yard line. Here's Demetrius Moore coming in the Chowan lineup. Now was set to go with the ball at the 26 of Valdosta. It's 2nd and 19. And Paul Johnson has to call a timeout. Couldn't get his offense on the field like he wanted and forced to call a timeout. We'll take a break here from the Barrel where Chowan has it 2nd and 19 at the Valdosta 26-yard line early in the fourth quarter, trailing 38-36.
From 6 p.m. until 11 p.m. They're located at 111 Williams Street in Murfreesboro. Thank you, insert point for your support of Chowan Athletics.
Timeout used by the Chowan coaching staff, trying to save some time here as they trying to get some reserves in the lineup for the 2nd and 19 at the 26. Chowan trailing here at home to Valdosta State 38-36 as we're early in the fourth quarter here from Murfreesboro. Got basketball coming your way. First to broadcast will be an unusual double hitter here at Chowan, and I'll get to it here momentarily. Coming up on November the 15th, which is a Wednesday. So here's the Chowan offensive set here with a full receiver set. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. McGee looking to pass. No blitz coming this time. Fires, and it's nearly intercepted. He's trying to get it to Demetrius Moore down at the 10-yard line, but McGee had a little bit too much mustard on it and sailed over the head to Moore. And boy, went right in the vicinity of the strong safety, Sean Coleman, but he couldn't get to it. So that'll bring up a third down now for Chowan, 3rd and 19 at the 26 of Valdosta. Maybe Chowan in 2-down territory here. basketball broadcast on November the 15th. The ladies play at 12 noon against Glenville State, who won the 2021 Division II National Championship. Girls basketball, the men that night at 7 o'clock host St. Augustine's. High snap, McKee's going to fake it to Felton, going to swing it out near side. Catch is made by Moore, and he's up in it at the 21-yard line. Big play defensively from Ray Tanangadasta, the outside linebacker to transfer from West Florida. And let's see what Chowan elects to do. We got an injured Chowan player back at the line of scrimmage here. Looks like one of their linemen here. The Chowan athletic training staff out to attend to the injured player. Gives us a chance to take a real quick look at the scoreboard here. Virginia State all over Shaw in the fourth quarter, 35-6. Virginia Union over St. Aug, 38-0 in the third. Winston-Salem trailing Lincoln 22-21 in Lincoln. That's a big upset. Elizabeth City State still leads Johnson C. Smith in the fourth quarter, 20-7. As they still tend to the injured player down below us here. Score here is 38-36, Valdosta over Chowan. Fayetteville State leads Bluefield State 28-12 in CIAA play. Trying to get to some completed games today to give you some of those scores. UNC Pembroke defeats Wheeling today 41-20. Shorter falls at home to Mississippi College 30-14. Shepherd, number 23 ranked team in the country, defeats Shippensburg today 30-23. Limestone holds on to beat Mars Hill 27-23. It's just a few of the Division II scores around the country here today we've been watching. West Florida and North Greenville will kick it off at 7 tonight. Delta State and West Alabama kick off at 5 o'clock. So they're just a little time away from kicking that off down in Livingstone, Alabama. Chowan's got it 4th and 15 now. They're going to go for it here, down 2. With 13:44 to go, I believe is what we saw. Like I said, we've been without a scoreboard clock today. Chowan having trouble getting replacement in. Chowan's going to go for the field goal here. Kalunga's going to try it. And we got a timeout here. They got too many men on the field. Chowan have too many men on the field. Let's see. An illegal substitution here against Chowan. That's going to move Kalunga back 5 yards here. That was coming from, there's going to be a 38-yard attempt. Now let's see what they elect to do. They're kicking a little bit into the wind here. Well, it's kind of blowing across. We'll see if Kalunga has a leg here. You can hear a lot of people hollering, watch for the fake, because McKee is the quarterback, is the holder. 43-yard attempt from Kalunga. Jose, the freshman from Orlando, Florida. Kick is on its way, and it's going to be short. Look like somebody might have got a hand on it for Valdosta State. And it comes up short, and the guy who might have got a hand on him was Byron Broussard. So the Chowan offense ends up turning the football over. That big first down penalty after getting it to the 17-yard line kind of put the Chowan offense in a tougher situation, and Valdosta State will take it over at their own 27-yard line, leading here at Chowan 38-36. Rick Watts back in at running back. This time they've used 3 running backs, have Valdosta, Bud Cheney, Isaiah Flowers, and Eric Watts. And Watts is going to get the football, trying to get to the left side. He's got some running room. We got a flag coming. I think it's going to be a holding call coming here against Valdosta State. And finally, Watts, who was trying to push the pile, is going to be stopped up at the 35-yard line. But this one may be coming back. This is where this new official, they've added a new official this year as the Gulf South Conference, and the center judge is the guy who makes that call. He lines up in the backfield similar to what the official does, the head official, the head referee, but he operates on the opposite side, so that gives the officials a better look at the offensive line play. And that's a gentleman who threw the flag for the holding call. So it'll be 1st and 20 back at the 18-yard line for Valdosta State, their own 18. A little flat pass to the far side, making the grab, and back close to the original line of scrimmage is going to be B.K. Smith, second leading receiver, the transfer from Weston, Kentucky. Young man who hails from Louisville, Kentucky. Makes the grab, makes his way out for 12 yards to the 29-yard line. Second and 8 from that spot for the Blazers. Tight end from right to left, it's going to be Gillian. It was getting blitzed, and he got it away. What a great catch. What a great catch across the middle by Gillian. Boy, Chowan was coming on the blitz, and somehow Edwards just stepped aside of the blitzer and held his ground, got the pass off for the first down out to the 40-yard line.
Pass complete to Jamar Haynes, first down.
Shamar Haynes is the receiver who made the catch. But it's a first down now for Valdosta State out of their own 40. So they try to extend this 2-point advantage they have from Chowan here early in the fourth quarter. Here's a give up inside to Watts. Watts with the biggest run of the day by the running backs from Valdosta State. He's into Chowan territory to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 20 on the play. Watts' biggest run of the day. He came in the second leading rusher on this team with 161 yards. He has one touchdown to his credit. But Valdosta State on the move again here in the second half. They have 334 yards of total offense. Chowan 427. Watts again with it, looking for some running. We got nowhere to go. Ran right into the arms of Travion Mitchell, a sophomore defensive tackle. I think it's going to be a really good one here at Chowan. He leads his team in tackles for losses. He's also the second leading tackle on the team. He had 6 tackles for losses coming into today's play and gets one here. Loss of 2 yards will bring up 2nd and 12 at the 42 of Chowan. For the Blazers, clad in their red trousers today and their white jerseys with the black numerals and the black headgear. Really like that uniform get up, boy. It makes it easy for us to see here in this press box. Here's Edwards going to get sacked, ran right into the arms of Dwayne Smith. Chowan closed the pocket on Edwards and get to him for the second sack of the day. Little dance coming from Dwayne Smith after the sack of Edwards. So here's a 3rd and 17 now for Coach Tremaine Jackson's Blazer offense. So we near the 10-minute mark of this fourth quarter. Chowan, boy, this has been a very entertaining game here from both offenses. Here's Watts with a big run out on the left. He's headed towards the far sideline, still on his feet and might be gone for the touchdown. And Watts kind of kept his feet along that sidelines, and he's going to turn the corner and make his way for a 47-yard touchdown run. And Valdosta State increases the lead to 44-36. A 47-yard run by Eric Watts. And the Blazers, after stopping Chowan with the tip of the field goal attempt, has just taken it 82 yards in 7 plays. Watts chewed up most of that yardage. Here's the extra point attempt. Is blocked by Chowan. So Chowan gets a hand on it. So it's a 44-36 lead for Valdosta with, I'm sure, 9:59 to go here. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back for the kickoff. Chowan trailing here, 44-36. Now 52. That's fine. Great piece of running by Eric Watts in that drive. He accumulated 63 yards on 4 plays today, and he just scampered 47 yards down the far sidelines when Valdosta State needed a big play. That we're looking at 3rd and long, I think 3rd and 14 after the sack. So Watts in the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point is blocked. So it's 44-36 with 9:59 to go here at Chowan. There's Bochford's kick's going to go out of bounds. Second one has gone out of bounds inside the 5-yard line on the kickoff for Bochford, who's squatted at the close to midfield where the big hawk is painted on the field here at Garrison Stadium. Kind of not pleased with his kick. So Chowan will have it on their own 35-yard line here. Let's see if Chowan can respond. Hawks have starting to show a little wear and tear defensively here in this one. Division I scores gone final. Colorado made a great comeback today, but fell short to Southern Cal 48-41. Penn State remains unbeaten. They beat Northwestern 41-13. Clemson puts the first loss on Syracuse up in the Carrier Dome 31-14. Big win today for Dabo Sweeney and his crew. That will give you some more scores as we move along here. Kentucky a winner today over Florida. A&M a winner over Arkansas as well. And James Madison over South Alabama. Boy, James Madison playing well this season. First to 10 Hawks, they're on 35. We are just inside of 10 minutes to go in this one from the barrel, and Felton is wrapped up in the backfield. Nowhere to go as the Chowan Valdosta defensive front. Doing a good job down inside, and they corner up Felton and knock it to the turf. 3 guys who were getting the job done that time were DeAndre Clifton, Jamori Jones, and Jaden Blunt. Loss for Felton back to the 31, so it'll be second and, well, they call it 32, second and 13. Showing with trip receivers to the right. McKee looking to pass. Four-man rush. McKee firing far side. It's incomplete. Came up well shy of the intended receiver Holloway on the far side as McGee got hit as he let it go by Jaquan Hicks. And Chowan got to come up with a big play here to keep from going 3 and out. Old Mo's swung to the far side of the field where the Blazers are here. Chowan could use a big 3rd down conversion. They've converted 7 out of 11 times on 3rd downs today. Line to make for the first down is the 45-yard line of Chowan, their own 45. Here's McKee dropping straight back. Only a 4-man rush. Goes underneath. Catch is made by Franklin. He eludes one defender but can't get away from the other defensive back, and that's going to be LaKen Nettles. Young man from out of Atlanta, Georgia, just a junior for the Blazers, and Chowan with their first 3 and out of the second half. Might be their first 3 and out of the day, as they're going to be forced to kick it away. And let's see if they come after Patrick Talbert here. Blazers have sent back Byron Boussard to return Talbert's kick. I think he's able to get it off here. Looks like they might be setting up a return here. Low snap Talbot's not going to get much rush, going to take his time getting it off and gets a good kick away. Oh, it takes a good Chowan roll for Talbot. They were setting up the return. You could see him kind of setting it up, and it was a bad snap, but good field by Talbot, and he's able to take his time and get it off, and ball's going to roll down at the 21-yard line. That's a kick of 42 yards by Patrick. So let's see if Valdosta State goes in run the clock mode here. With 8:04 to go, and the Blazers with an 8-point lead here at Chowan.
8 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the game. 8:05 remaining in the game.
Here's Edwards catching Chowan on the blitz. He got it off to Allen. Allen breaks one tackle. Look out. Down the far sidelines. He might be gone. Allen broke a tackle, and there's nobody back there to catch him. And he's going to take it 79 yards for the Valdosta State touchdown. And the explosion from this offense is taking place here for Valdosta State here in the fourth quarter. And that's a 79-yard pass play. Chowan had Allen stopped right at the line of scrimmage, but couldn't hold it. And once he got loose on the far sidelines, there was no silver and blue uniform guys in the vicinity as Allen's on his back and maybe exhausted down in the far corner. So let's see if he's going to be okay. But 79-yard pass play becomes a 6th touchdown pass for Sammy Edwards this afternoon and 18 completions. He's thrown for 380 yards, has Sammy Edwards. Sean McKee is thrown for 324. As they tend to Council Allen on the far side, young man who had 5 catches in that win over North Greenville last week. Came in today the leading receiver with 17 on the day. And that is his 4th catch of the afternoon for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. As they attend to Council Allen in the far side for the injured player here for Valdosta State. See Coach Tremaine Jackson, the head coach, down to take a look at his outstanding wide receiver. Let's hope it's just going to be a hamstring pull, or as we'll take a break here. Is old. Okay. You all right? You all right? Yep.
New score, Valdosta State 51, Chowan 36. 7:50 left on the clock. 7 minutes, 50 seconds.
Well, back here we got 7:50 left. As following a 79-yard pass play from Sammy Edwards to Council Allen. Allen looked like he collapsed in the end zone, but he's up and on his feet. Looks like he's going to be okay. He's get some assistance to the training table. Let's hope he's going to be okay. As some of the trainers and one of his teammates kind of helping him to the training table on the far side. You know, some of these teams, and you've seen it in Division I, they have those injury tents that they go in, and we saw Delta State have one here a couple weeks ago, but we have not seen, they did not have one here today for Valdosta State. But the offense has exploded here in the fourth quarter for Valdosta State, and they lead it now 51-36. This is a 38-36 game with 5:45 to go in the third. And this passing with Sammy Edwards is just towing this Chowan secondary up. He's completed 66.7% of his passes, and a third of his passes completed today have been for touchdowns. Here's Chowan on the return from back at the 1 yard line and coming up this way and just across the 15 for Chowan on the return. And boy, those numbers are getting hard to see here for Chowan on those gray jerseys. And so the ball is placed on the 17 for the Hawks, who've got to go and go quickly, offensively. Down to 51-36 here at home. Once again, we're back here next Saturday. Completes the 3-game home swing for the Hawks. It'll be homecoming day here at Chowan. Always a festive day when we have Chowan homecoming. 2 home games left next week, and then on October 28th. McKee from the pistol will roll out to his right. Looking, still looking. Now it's going to be caught, turns around and threw it away. Just threw it out of bounds. He was really getting harassed, was McKee, by DeAndre Clifton, the defensive end. 6'3", 245, just a junior from just up the road at Laurel, Maryland. And he's down at Valdosta State, may have some family making the short trip down here to, not a long trip from Laurel, Maryland here, maybe about a 3.5-hour trip to Murfreesboro. He may have some family here today. Incompletion stops the clock and bring up 2nd and 10 for the Hawks. In that spot, down 15 now in the midway in the third quarter here from fourth quarter. That is here from Chowan. McGee's going to be a tired guy when he gets done today. And before we can get going, play clock's going to run out on Chowan. And so another 5 yards to be added to this one. And McKee might be winded here. He's on a knee as they take the time to run out put the football back off the 5-yard penalty. Way to bring up 2nd and 15 from the 12-yard line for the Hawks. Their own 12. They still attend to cancel Allen on the far side. Let's hope he just set up on that table. Let's hope he's going to be all right. Boy, he's an integral part of this offense here for Coach Tremaine Jackson's Valdosta State team. Here's Romeo Felton, and he's going to make his way to about the 14, and that's it. Felton's had some good runs today. Looking at his numbers, he got 55 yards on 17 carries on the day, but he's had some big runs today for Chowan. Chowan with another 3rd down opportunity. Run dry the last couple of times on 3rd down. Let's see if they can convert here on his 3rd and 13 from the 14-yard line. As the clock continues to wind in this 4th and final quarter here from Murfreesboro's Garrison Stadium, home of Chowan University football. Key with a long snap, finally gets it off. He's going to try to heave it deep, and the receiver gets run out of bounds by the defender. That's going to give Chowan the football, give the football back to Valdosta State with 6:40 to go. And Chowan with a back-to-back 3-and-outs now. And I can tell you, Valdosta State's turned it up a notch here defensively here in this 4th quarter. And they have Chowan all the way back to their 14, and here's Patrick Talbot to kick it away out of his own end zone. Tell you, Broussard back to return it. He's at the 40-yard line. No bad snap, and Talbot's going to get it away for somehow or another. It's going to be fielded by one of the upbacks. He's going to pick it up and be chased down at the 8-yard line. Another bad snap. That time Talbot can't get away. Somehow got the kick away. And that bad snap. Boy, we've seen a little bit of everything today. Somehow he got the kick off after he fielded it. He was all covered up by Valdosta State players, and he kicked it short, and it was caught in the air by Jordan Billups, and he's going to be stopped at the 8-yard line. We got another Chowan injured play on the far side. Valdosta State's going to have had it at the Chowan 7-yard line. First and goal with about 6.5 minutes left to go here in the barrel. Chowan's kind of coming up empty here in this fourth quarter. Well, we knew Chowan was a little short on depth coming in this season, and it's starting to show here late in this game. But Valdosta State, we talked about them earlier. You have 46 transfers on this team, and 8 of those transfers started defensively for this team today. And they only had 3 starters returning from a year ago, and only one of those guys started today, and that's linebacker Terrell Dudley, who's their leading tackler. So Tremaine Jackson doing a good job using the portal, rebuilding this team. His offense gets out over the ball. Edwards still in at quarterback, this time with Isaiah Flowers in to his right. And Flowers has got the football. Before we get going, we got a flag on the play. Might be a delay of game coming against Valdosta State. No, false start. That's the 7th penalty today for 59 yards for Valdosta State. Chowan's been flagged 8 times for 39 yards today. But not a lot of big penalties. We've had one targeting call that ended in the ejection of Caleb Sutherland, defensive back here for Valdosta State. So they'll move it back to the 13-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the Chowan 13 for the guys in red and white. Here's a give to Flowers. He's going to be covered up in the backfield. Nowhere to go as Trayvon Mitchell just came through untouched. And another tackle for loss here for Mitchell. Back to the 16-yard line. Would be second and goal from the 16. A 4-receiver set this time for Valdosta State, who leads it here at Chowan, 51-36. Edwards to pass. And, boy, has he been good today. And this time he got him receiving the far sidelines and making the grab. On the far side is going to be Tyler Jarrow making the grab. Another one of those guys of the deep receiving core that Valdosta State has. Chowan has inserted David Schuler, redshirt freshman, in the lineup, the defensive front. Replacing Quentin Perry. On his third and goal from the 14 of Chowan. Pass near side. Catch is going to be made. Spinning away from a couple defenders still on his feet near the goal line is going to be B.K. Smith. Not only can these receivers catch the football here for Valdosta State, their guys are very elusive as well. Chowan came on the blitz and Edwards caught him in it. Inside of 5 minutes now to go in the barrel. So they're going to go for it on the 1-yard line. 4th and goal from the 1. Edwards will let Flowers handle it, and he got near the goal line. Did he get in? The officials on the scene would think so. He did not. He did not get in. Flowers is stopped short. Good defensive effort by Chowan, and they'll get the football back, keep Valdosta State out of the end zone here on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. So let's see if Chowan can do something with it. Down 15 with 4:27 left.
Score is 51-36 in favor of Valdosta State. 4:25 left in the game.
Hawks with their backs to the shadow of the end zone here. McKee will get up under center here. And he will just quarterback it, sneak forward, and boy, whistles went off real quickly here. It's like McKee might have got a couple yards. Running up behind that Chowan offensive line that features Daniel Horn at 6'5", 325. And they had a timeout on the play. So we'll hold it right here. But Chowan's offensive line, Noah Horton, 6'6", 350. Center is Major Dillard, 6'2", 330. Leon Johnson, the right guard, 6'3", 315. And Stephen Gray is the right tackle at 6'1", 315. So Chowan averaging, when you put all those numbers together, averaging about 320 across that front line. And you throw in the 6'5" and the 6'6" frames of Norton and Horn, average about 6'4", and a little about 320 up front. So Chowan got the timeout prior to the snap. I knew that whistle came awful quickly. And that's Chowan's second timeout they've used in this second half. Still have yet to see the sun, but we haven't had any rain, which is a big deal. Key up under center again, it looks like. See if Chowan can get some movement up here and up front. Valdosta State put a lot of people at the line of scrimmage. Now McKee's going to step back. Let's see what he does here. Working up under center. It's going to pull it right down and run with it straight ahead and maybe got a couple yards out of the play. One of the Chowan linemen lost a helmet. So he's going to have to come out to line up. And let's see who gets in. Looks like Keyshawn Bodie, the freshman lineman from out of Tarboro, North Carolina, going to come in for Chowan. Let's see, Chowan's going to use the timeout to keep a big offensive lineman, Daniel Horn, in the lineup here. The Chowan's used another timeout. The ball was out to the 2. Sharing some information with the Valdosta State radio crew, and in the booth right beside us here, we've been chatting back and forth, sharing the times, and they were thinking this should be third down, but Chowan got a timeout on that first down before they had the quarterback sneak. We'll be right back with you here next Saturday. 1 o'clock kick as North Greenville makes the trip from Tigerville, South Carolina. A lot of people a little more familiar with North Greenville because Chowan plays in Conference Carolinas with North Greenville. Chowan volleyball team picking up a second win last night with a 3-0 set victory over Southern Wesleyan. Congratulations to Cameron Beans, the new head coach here at Chowan on the volleyball side. Chowan's going to work from the pistol now on this 2nd and 9 from the 2-yard line, the own 2-yard line, trying to get a little breathing room here and keep something going. McKee looked to his right, now comes back to his left and just throws it out of bounds. He was out of the pocket, and here comes a late hit. Going to be roughing the passer coming against one of the Valdosta State players. And that guilty party for them is going to be Akil Lampley, backup linebacker from out of Jacksonville, Florida. And that's going to give Chowan some breathing room and a first down. So Lampley will head to the sidelines, and unfortunately for Akil Lampley, he had to stop and had a little chat with Tremaine Jackson. It's not going to be fun when they go to the film room and review this game over the next couple of days for Lampley. That's going to give Chowan some breathing room and a first down out of their own 17-yard line. All of a sudden, we've gone to a standstill here as far as moving the clock is concerned. 1st and 10 Hawks. Key's gone all the way at quarterback, and he's going to hand it straight ahead, and this is Felton. He runs right into the arms of Alan Ball, the 6'2", 290-pound redshirt freshman. And we got another Chowan injured player down at the line of scrimmage. And that injured player appears to be Leon Johnson, the right guard. Leon a little slow to get up. Now he's okay. Let's see if they let him stay in the game or they're going to put another lineman in. I think he'll come out. Gain of only 1 yard for Felton on the play. So they brought in a couple new linemen in the lineup for Chowan. They'll both work on the right side. 2nd and 9, Chowan from their own 18. Here's McKee, who's looking to pass, fires at far side, catch is made by Toaster, who's going to run out of bounds, just shy of the first down marker, so it's going to bring up 3rd, about 3 here for the Hawks from that spot. 3:40 and counting to go in this 4th and final quarter. Took a long time to get this one done. Third and 4 from the 23. Chowan could use the first down here. Here's the give to the near side, and with the first down for Chowan out near the 35-yard line on the carries be Kawan Mickens, the red shirt, the sophomore's first down. First time we've seen him today. Remember, Chowan's been playing without Jakari Norwood today, and also not playing today, Siobhan Harkless for the 2nd consecutive week. Chowan with a first down out at the 35. Here's Rashawn McKee looking to pass, looking, and just throws it away. He had a receiver in the vicinity on the far side, and that was
Key throws it away. 2nd down.
Holloway, I believe. And McKee just throws it away. Stops the clock with 2:30 left, I believe. Brings up 2nd and 10. 2.5 minutes to go here in the Barrow. Chowan trailing 51-36. Hawks have only one touchdown here in the second half. Here's the give again, and Chowan's going to get it up across the 40.
Woods with the carry for the Hawks. 3rd down.
Trying to see who this is. Devian Woods, the freshman from Sumter, South Carolina, on the carry. First time he's played this season. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for Chowan with the ball at their own 40-yard line. 8 of 14 is what Chowan's been able to convert on 3rd downs today. Hawks just letting some clock run here. This defense on the sidelines is winded, boy. These guys have had a tough time in the second half. And here's the play fake by McKee. He's going to get chased and going to throw it away again. Boy, the defense here from Valdosta State, once they got the lead, it was kind of pinned back the ears and really come after Rashad. And so the Chowan punt team will come on the field with 1:38 left. Here's Patrick Talbot to do the honors, kicking it away. See if we can get a little better snap this time. He does get a good snap. Valdosta State's going to get some pressure to Talbot, but fair catch is going to be made by Broussard back at the other end, and he dropped it, but got back on it right at the 30-yard line. So with about $1:35 left in this one, Valdosta State's going to trot the offense back on the field here. We'll see what Coach Tremaine Jackson elects to do here with 1:35 left and his team comfortably in front, 51-36. So we're going to see Sammy Edwards still in the lineup here. The quarterback has had a fantastic day for Valdosta, throwing for 393 yards and 6 touchdowns.
1 minute, 27 seconds left on the clock.
They say below officially 1:27 left.
The score Valdosta 51, Chowan 36.
You back in the backfield is Bud Cheney. We hadn't seen Bud in the second half. We saw him some in the first half. Edwards going to hand it to Cheney, and he's looking somewhere to go, and he's going to be thrown to the turf. I believe it was Dwayne Smith on the near side that made the stop. It was Smith, who's had a pretty good day at the linebacker spot. Smith, the leading tackler on this team, with 28 this season. Didn't have to go far to get that one, as Cheney ran right in his arms after a 1-yard gain. Couple more plays, running game, couple more running plays, and Valdosta can enjoy this victory and get on the road and make that long trip from 593 miles from Chowan back to the campus of Valdosta State. And Cheney's got it again. Cheney's trying the left side, and Chowan's going to cover him up all the way back near the 27-yard line. Smith again on the stop. Mitchell's there as well, along with DeMarcus Carroll. I don't know if Valdosta State's going to have to run another play or not. Let's see. And that might be it. And it is. Chowan's going to fall here today in a great effort, 51-36. We'll take a timeout here and come back and wrap this one up here from Chowan, where the Hawks fall today, 51-36. I need to get out of here anyway. Back here at Garrison Stadium, home of Chowan football, with the Hawks with a gallant effort today. Boy, they really put forth a good one, but fall here to 22nd ranked team in the country, Valdosta State, 51-36. Let's take a look at the numbers today. Valdosta State rushing 19 times for 94 yards. Chowan rushes 35 times for 127 yards. Both teams lit it up passing-wise. 20 of 29, one interception, and 6 touchdowns for Sammy Edwards, the quarterback for Valdosta State, for 393 yards. For Chowan, Rashard McKee, 23 of 37 for 329 yards and 4 touchdowns. And that ended up with 48 offensive plays today, 487 yards for Valdosta State. For Chowan, 72 offensive plays, 456 yards. Time of possession, Chowan had it 38 minutes and 43 seconds. Valdosta State, 21 minutes, 17 seconds. Chowan 8 of 15 on third down today, which is really, really good today. Chowan turned it over once, 1 fumble, while Valdosta State had 1 interception, so 1 turnover each. Penalty-wise, both teams had 8 penalties today. 74 yards for Valdosta State, 39 for Chowan on the afternoon. Felton, leading ground gainer for the Hawks today, with 18 carries for 57 yards. Rashard McKee, 12 for 52. Devon Woods, 3 for 18. McKee, as we mentioned, 23 of 37, 329 yards and 4 touchdowns. Only got sacked twice. Devin Franklin with a big day today. 6 catches, 137 yards, 2 scores. Noah Tosta, 6 catches, 75 yards and a touchdown. Tyree Holloway and Demetrius Ward with 3 catches each. Talbot punted 6 times today for 27.2 yards. DeMonte Ridley led the Chowan defense with 7 stops. Nick Wilson, who had another interception today, his 3rd on the year, had 6. Evan McKee with 5, and DeMarcus Carroll with 4. Leading ground gainers today for Valdosta State with Eric Watson. That big 47-yard run kind of broke Chowan's back in that 4th quarter. He goes 63 yards on just 4 carries today. Fly was 5 carries at 20 yards. Edwards 5 carries for 10 yards. He was sacked twice. Edwards 20 of 29, 1 interception, 393 yards and 6 touchdowns. Might be his third time this season. He's been Offensive Player of the Week here in the Gulf South Conference. Council Allen had 4 catches a day, as did Rodney Bullard. Council who was injured on that big touchdown play of 91 yards, had 2 scores. Bullard had 1 score. B.K. Smith, Ted Hurst, both had 3 catches each. Spotsford punted twice today for a 38.5-yard average. Kennedy Parker led the tackling today for Valdosta State with 9 tackles. Jacob Harris had 5. Byron Broussard and Nick Jackson had 4 each. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here today from Chowan. I got to get out and get out quickly. Got to get to work here. But Chowan comes up a little short today. They lose 51-36. We'll see you next week, everybody. 1 o'clock kick. Chowan back at home here at Garrison Stadium as they play host to North Greenville. Once again, your final here today from Chowan, Valdosta State 51, Chowan 36. We'll see you next Saturday, everybody.